All right. Oh, that's wonderful. Now we have audio after all that messing around with. All right. Well, we got it somehow. Microphone is not working right now, so we'll have to mess around with that later. Oh, yeah, I forgot I'm live. I might have people watching. Shouldn't be talking around this. I don't even know if anyone's going to be up this late. Well, anyways, I apologize for doing nothing for the past. Well, what appeared to be doing nothing for the past. How long have I been going on? I think that was like maybe 3-4 minutes of doing nothing. But whatever. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the MGTOW Academy Show Live. This is the School's Out Summer Kickoff Special. And, well, the microphone wasn't working. I tried all these different ports and it did not work. It's happened. This is not the first time this issue has occurred, so whatever. Just working with what I have. That's all right. It's not a big deal for using my computer mic, but, you know, when I have the option to, I prefer to get the best quality I can. But it looks like, excuse me, looks like that's not available, so we'll have to work with what we have. Anyways, yeah, school's out, summer's in. You know, let's talk news, developing situations, and future ideas, ventures, what I'm doing personally, whatever for the summer, what you can expect from MGTOW Academy over the next couple of weeks and months and all that stuff. We'll be talking about that stuff tonight. Okay, well, at least the audio is working. Sorry. I accidentally blasted the audio on my phone. I don't know why the audio is that difficult to capture for my computer. It can't be like, it's like I do not understand that. Like, I legitimately do not get that. But whatever. Complaining doesn't, that's not gonna help. It don't even came in yet. Whatever. I've been wanting to stream for 2 weeks now, so I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I don't care. I'm gonna do it. Even if no one comes, I'm gonna be the lonely, crazy guy here talking to myself. I don't care. If someone comes, someone comes. Someone doesn't come. That's okay. That's okay. You know, maybe they can go back and watch it later. Anyways, guys, we have some content lined up here. If people come into the live chat later on, then I will reply to them, of course. If not, we'll just keep. Then I'll talk about all my future plans and whatever you want to call it. And then if not, too bad for MGTOW Academy, I guess. Poor guys sitting there talking to himself at 11:36 in the evening, or 20:30. What is it? 23:36 military time. I'm trying to teach myself military time, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. Just one of the things I'm trying to get. You know, different habits I have. I don't know. You always want to have something going for you. Different things you're trying to do. Different goals or challenges you're trying to accomplish. Now, we'll see how long I'll stay up here. I'm not sure. It depends how many people, if any people at all, come into the stream. Now we're going to be good, and I'm not sure the audio sound. Let me check that too. How many people, if any people at all? Okay, audio is decent. I can accept that. Well, I need to speak up a little bit though. That's the thing with you built-in. Like, you can't adjust the gain that well. Otherwise, it just sounds like straight up trash. It sounds like ear rape. Now, anyways, let's read this article here. It's from CTV News. So, women are less likely to care about condoms with attractive men. It's according to this study. Wow, really? Yo, I'm not scared. I'm sorry. I'm not surprised about that. Hey, how about that? It's Legend Red Pillar. How are you? Or Legend MGTOW, as he's also known. Glad to see you, my friend. I'm glad that you're here. Hope you're doing all right, by the way. We need to schedule a, what's it called? We need to schedule like a Skype or a Google Hangouts call. You know, catch up on things, basically. We haven't gone to chat in a long time. You know, if you want to come on now, you can come on if you want to. You know, I'll just send you the link to join the call, and then you can talk. You can just join me if you want to. You're more than welcome to, by the way. But yeah. So yeah, I'm not surprised. Looking at the title here, I'm not surprised. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what the article actually has to say. Alrighty, so women are less likely to want to use a condom during sex. The more attractive they thought a guy was, going to a study from 2 British universities and the University of Guelph in Ontario. Really, What a surprising concept. What were your thoughts on that email? Which email was it, Legend Red Pillar? Was it the one? I'm going to go back to my inboxes. I either I didn't get it now or yeah, I just straight up forgot. It depends which email. Let me try and pull it up real quick. Let's see. Legend Pillar. Oh, yes, I remember. I believe you're talking about the summary. I think you're talking about that summary thing, right? Yeah, you're talking about the summary. Oh yeah. I thought it was pretty well put together. I like that. Yeah, you're talking about those emails. Yes. Those were pretty good. It was a while ago. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Specifically, you sent it back on February 9th. That was back in February. Yeah, it was those two surveys. Yeah, those were pretty well put together. I like the questions that they were asking in that survey and all type of stuff. It was pretty good. And then asking about that, I really like that. It's an thing. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good, man. I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, we need to schedule a Skype or a Google Hangouts call so we can talk and all type of stuff. Try to get back in contact and all type of stuff. I did you hear that they're actually shutting down Google Hangouts? They're shutting it down, I believe, in 2020, and that freaking sucks. You know what I mean? Like so many people are evidently pissed about it, me included. Like I'm just so pissed that they're canceling or whatever Google Hangouts. They're just taking it off the market. I don't know what it is, but they're just ending it. Basically, they're cutting the program. I'm pretty sure they're even killing it. So even if you have it, it's unusable. And lots of people use it for communication in their daily lives. Now this happens, and I'm like, God, come on, Google. You know what I mean? I mean, I looked it up online, and lots of people are pissed about it, and I don't blame them. You're welcome anytime. I'm doing meeting via Zoom concerning that email. All right. I'll shoot you another email. Well, school's out obviously as mentioned in the title. So, dude, I'll shoot you an email sometime this week because I have to edit some stuff. So I'll shoot you an email sometime this week. We can get to do a call real quickly, or not real quickly, for a while actually. I got plenty of time to talk, so don't worry about that, bro. I'll shoot you an email. And I got your email address. So I'll shoot you one. But yeah, man, like I'm just like pissed that they're ending that. It also makes you want to wonder with concerning the Google Hangouts thing how I'm gonna like stream. You know, because that's YouTube's only method of streaming without using third-party streaming services. My computer can't handle that stuff, so this is my only way of streaming to you guys. So that's got it. Like I don't know what's gonna happen, to be honest, in terms of streaming. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to get in contact with some old friends right now. I'm trying to get in contact with one of my older MGTOW buddies. We would talk all the time. We would talk. He's a truck driver. We would talk all the time, and yeah, he hasn't been on Hangouts for 2 months. So I'm hoping that he'll reach out back to me at some point in the not too distant future, because like we got a lot to catch up on. You know what I mean? But yeah, so where was I? Oh yeah, women and condoms. That's right. Me and my interesting life talking about women and condoms. I should do a stream with the Chris Thorne's show. The Chris Thorne's show. Who's that? I've never heard of the Chris Thorne's show. Who's the Chris? Who is the Chris Thorne's show? Let me look at him up real quick. Chris Thorne's. They're on YouTube, I believe. Is it like is the Chris Thorne show? Is this like a YouTube channel? Is this like a podcast where you have to reach out to them? I've never heard of them before, but I'll have to look that up real quick. And I got plenty of time this summer to do a collaboration. As long as it's between now and June 15th, or say June 12th, and maybe June 13th, because I leave for an overseas trip on June 15th. As long as it's between now and then and after like July 19th, I'll be all right with that. I'll be up for that. Let me look them up. Oh yeah, he does have a YouTube channel. Let's look it up. Chris. Yeah, don't worry. I'll see if I can get that set up. Sounds like a good idea. I'm open for collaborations. I know, and I'll mention you too. Okay, there it is. The Chris Thorne. I looked it up on my phone, and then it just showed me a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Right. All right. All right. Let's see what it's like. I can. Does he have Legend? Does he have a email address or a some way, like maybe a Twitter that I can contact him at or something like that? That'd be pretty. It was actually live right now. Okay. Well, I have him. I have him here on my YouTube channel, so we're going to see that too. Once the internet or my very very slow computer is able to process that and pull it up, you'll be able to see that too. Okay, there it is, Crystal Show. All right. Okay, there it is. That sounds interesting. All right. All right. You should have it in. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll all right, dude, I'll reach out to him and we'll find a way to get things going. That sounds really interesting. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's listed. Yeah, it's listed. All right. Dude, that's awesome. We'll check that out. Yeah, looks like he's got some good stuff going on here. All right. Anything else about I'm not gonna see the email. Okay, he does have an email address that I can check out, and he has Twitter and he has Facebook. That is wonderful. He's been here since 2000. Okay, that's nice, dude. I'll check him out. Thank you for mentioning that. Chris Thorne's show. I'll be sure to reach out to your friend Chris Thorne's. Check out what he's doing. Let's say he's got himself a good place established. Twitter and Facebook link out there. That's awesome, dude. Thank you for mentioning that, Legend. I'll be sure to reach out to my good friend Chris Thorns, or your good friend Chris Thorns, and we'll be sure to set something up. And I'll let you know via email once we get that thing going. Thank you for mentioning that, by the way. Yeah, I got tons of. I'm not sure about you, but I got a ton of stuff planned for the summer. Meaning, spare to do with my spare time. I got to edit that mini series I'm doing on how I actually produce content. It's like a little insider look and a little thank you for reaching 1,000 subscribers. What else? I'm going to be doing another MGTOW Stories episode about an email I received. Like I got another email from a viewer. He gave me like a link to a story or whatever, like a Reddit post, and he wants me to cover that. So I'll do that. Then I also have I want to cover some things like the decline of sex. I think is what I'm going to do and what it means, that type of stuff. Those are my plans for the summer. That's what I plan on doing. Overseas for a whole ass month, that is going to get in the way a little bit. So I'm not sure that's going to work out. I'm hoping that I'll be able to manage it though. The crystal. I'm hoping that I'll be able to manage it. You know what I mean? Because the internet there, it really does suck too. So we'll see how that plays out. All right. Also, we got 5 watching right now. I had no idea how 5 people in. Hello, whoever else you are listening to me talking. Hello. Hope you're doing all right. So yeah, we're talking right now about like what's the summer's going to be like, but we're going to worry about that a little bit less and focus on these articles that line up. There's like I got a ton of stuff to talk about, so we'll talk about this stuff right here. So I know this is surprising, guys, but apparently, right, women care less about condoms when they're with attractive guys. Whoa, what a surprise, right? Do I care about it? No, it's just something to talk about while people come into this. But it was conducted by 2 British universities. They published their findings on Thursday, trying to find out if male strangers affected a woman's inclination to use a condom. Well, yes. Like, yeah, that's kind of, I mean, I don't know about you, but you kind of already understand that they would, it kind of would make sense. The hotter the guy is or whatever, the more attractive he is, the more they're going to worry about getting it on with him than anything else. The higher he is a priority. You know what I mean? That would make more sense. How's your programming going, like with the bots? My program is going pretty good. Thank you for asking. I'm surprised you remember that. You actually remembered it better than me, Legend. For those of you who don't know, he's referring to the Vex Robotics program. I did that while I was in when I was in eighth grade, and now I did it when I was like in the first half of ninth grade, my ninth grade year, and a little bit in the second half of it in January and February. But that was it. The second in ninth grade we didn't do that much, but yeah, it was going pretty well. Thank you for asking. I did programming both years because no one else knew how to do it in my high school year, my freshman year. So yeah, I'm focusing more on like doing my own thing right now. Right now, I'm in the Student Government Association, and I dropped that robotics class to do a student government class next year, my sophomore year, and then also I need to dedicate more time. I'm really working hard to start an aviation club for my sophomore year, and then I'll just like teach concepts. I already got a decent amount of people, like five. I think it's like 6 people, 7 people, who, or maybe it's no, is it 8? I lost. Like it's between 6 and 8 people who already are interested in the club. We're working on that right now with the well, we were because school's out, but we were working on the club with administration, a computer teacher, and all type of stuff. We need to try next year. We're gonna try to get it started next year. The goal was to have the paperwork for the club filed this year, but there wasn't enough time. And part of it is due to the teacher I was talking with not knowing what she would be doing, not knowing if she would be teaching a certain subject or not. So we'll wait till next year to work on that. And then my junior year, we're gonna try to start like an actual in-school elective. Here, let me show you real quick. So let me go to Google real quick so I can pull it up. So we're gonna try to. So it's like a transition. So for my sophomore year, the plan is to go with like a club, like the aviation club, and then for my junior year, we're gonna be going with like an actual in-school elective. Right now, what I'm thinking of going with is the let me pull it up for you. Hope I spelled curriculum. Hey, let's see. Somewhere up here, there it is. This is from the AOPA, the High School Aviation STEM curriculum. We're going to try to implement that in my junior year. Uh, so in the club, it'll be a bit of a transition period, seeing how it's going to work with the school administration. Just getting a general idea of the student body, what we can, what we can't do as a school to uh, work towards the actual implementation. I'm just going to sit around for a whole doing nothing, right? I'm going to do something. I'm going to try to do something. Even if the club doesn't work out, I'll learn something. I'll learn something new, something useful. But why not try? It doesn't hurt to try. So this is it. It's pretty neat. I have the ninth grade curriculum. I have the 10th grade curriculum. It's really nice. I really like it. It looks really nice. If not, we'll try out because we're in Florida. So if that doesn't work out, we'll try out the embryonic curriculum with the Gates Aerospace Institute, but we're not sure that's going to work out. So we'll see. We'll see. We're either going to go with this one or the embryonic curriculum. We'll see what's going to happen. But I will say with certainty that we will be able to get an aviation program of some sort started at my high school. I'll say that. Okay, you guys have a tool. Really, you do have a tool. You have a tool for me. That's interesting. Perfectly blends with what I've been working on. All right, dude. That sounds awesome. Send me an email. You can tell me right now if you want, whatever you prefer about that tool. I'd like to hear about that. If it works with me, I'd like to hear about that. Look up OS ticket. That will give you an idea. I'll set up a customizable. Really, what's it called? OS ticket. All right, I'll look that up. Is it like Is it like a teaching system tool? Like what exactly is OS ticket? Let's see. Google's about to tell me. OS. There it is. Okay. Hope it's free though. Oh, it's open source. Oh, yeah, this is OTRS. It's a administrative more for automation application. Yeah, IT service man corporate communication. All right. Open source support ticket. All right. Sounds good, man. I'll look into that. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I'll check that out, dude. Yeah, I've been trying to look up different things to use. for that. Also, I've been looking at excuse me, I've been looking at a thing called iSpring for a while now, and they have like a free version, not the camera, whatever, and it's like it's something you can use. It allows you to uh, teach using PowerPoint. So you make a PowerPoint, but then you have the iSpring plugin, and that allows you to put in quizzes, videos, and a bunch of interactive stuff, and to use PowerPoint as a teaching tool. So I already have ideas of what we're going to teach, even for the club, right? For the club, we're going to like have certain curriculum stuff set up, what we're going to discuss, and all type of stuff. So we can definitely use that, yeah. Oh, okay. Ticket management database is all set up. You don't have to worry about any maintenance unless you want to contribute to. Okay, that sounds pretty cool, man. I'll be sure to check that out. Thank you for mentioning that, by the way. But if I do use that, I will credit you, Legend MGTOW. I'll credit you. I'll credit you. Yeah, this thing here, author and tool and management. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, dude, I got a bunch of stuff in mind for teaching that. So that's what I'm working on right now, and that's all that's going on really. We're just gonna, I'm just gonna rest a bit for the summer, and I'm working on some self improvement stuff. I'm trying to practice more no-fap, more semen retention. It really does help me out. It's just a matter at this point of actually developing the habits and practices. I need to rechange my workout schedule. Every 6 weeks, you're supposed to change your workout schedule to maintain this thing called progressive overload. That's where your body has to be constantly challenged. Okay, if I work out and I create a schedule and I don't change it, my body at some point will get used to that schedule. So if you want to optimize your muscle growth and everything, you need to change your routine every 6 or so weeks. I'm sure it's been more than 6 weeks, but so I need to change it. Sort of like an oil change, but a little bit different. So I need to sit down, get out the old paper and pencil, and write and reschedule all the muscle groups. Get the focus. Build triceps building triceps and calves right now. My main focus. My biceps is pretty good. I'm satisfied with that. Just get balance with my triceps and build up the calves. I want to work more on shredding belly fat, while at the same time building lower and middle abs a little bit more. Upper abs is all right, but lower abs, middle abs, I want to focus on that a whole lot more. So I got that going for me. But then when I'm over in Bangladesh for a whole entire month, I'm not sure what I'm going to do because I want to do something. Like honestly, I'm not sure what my day will be like, what the day-to-day routine will be like. But I'll try to find my best to find something to do. Be it MGTOW Academy, be it the thing for the aviation program. I don't know, but I'm hopefully going to find something to do. I also want to read some good books. But yeah, I want to find this article, by the way. I'm trying to find it. I'm not sure which one it was. I'm not sure which one it was. Was it this one? Oh, yeah, okay. This one is something I wanted to take a look at. All right, this one just kind of, look, when I read it, I was like, it's okay. It's a good thing you guys recognized a problem, but at the same time, when I saw it, I was like, okay, now you're worried about it. Okay, let's read it and let me explain. Okay, girls' suicides on the rise, increased double that of males, stunning researchers. All right, so for those of you who are unaware, suicide rates for guys are higher than girls. Now for girls, it's rising, but it's always been, or recently, it's been that for male suicide, men have up to a 4 times higher chance of dying from suicide than girls are from the suicide epidemic, if you want to check that out. But anyways, suicide higher for various reasons, because of societal reasons, things like perfectionism, it's where you talk about how other people perceive you. That's a big cause that it's a leading cause that many researchers credit to male suicide. There are various reasons that it happens. Okay, nonetheless, the rate has been higher than girls, and it's something that's very concerning for anyone who has a man in their life, at least one man in their life that they care about. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so here it says Ohio researchers already knew that girls were killing themselves before. Two recent studies by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention show that suicide rates for girls aged 10 to 14 tripled compared with other age groups from 1999 to 2014. That suicide rates for females ages 15 through 19 more than doubled from 2007 to 2015. What they thought was important for the study released today was to see if the gap was narrowing between female and male suicide youth rates. Male youth suicide rates, I'm sorry. That would mean suicide higher. The boys are completing suicide more frequently. More boys than girls commit suicide. All right. Now look, here's the thing. It is awesome that, and I'm really happy to know that we see the problem, that girls suicide rates are increasing. However, here's what I'm not satisfied with. Now this stuff is popping up in my news feed everywhere about the girl suicide rate increasing. That's it, it's a good thing that it's a important step to taking care of a problem and recognize that if you have an addiction, the first step to take to recovering is recognizing addiction, right? You have to acknowledge the problem first. That's what we're doing here. However, I'm not upset about that. What I'm upset about is that no one was upset about the boy suicide problem, the suicide rate now. Now the girls are suffering. Now we're worried about it. But before, boys are more reckless behaviors because of lack of guidance, because of lack of a male mentor in their lives, because there's less men in the house. But we're not worried about that. We're not worried about the lack of male role models. Let's not worry about that at all. Yeah, it's not important. But now that girls are killing themselves at a faster rate, now it's a big deal. Let's not worry about boys because they're not important, right? And it's good that we're looking into this to take care of this issue. However, what about the boys? You're just going to leave them behind and let their problem just continue to spiral out of control? We'll just let it slip. That's just legit makes me sad. I mean, it like this is it. This is what we get. More boys and girls commit suicide, and then we have this dissection about it increasing. Like it's just facts that boys commit more suicide. We're just gonna let it happen. Like that's just one sentence. More boys and girls commit suicide. Hey, it's not a big deal. Nothing to see here. It's not like it's anything important because boys aren't important. Who cares about the reviews? That type of stuff. Like when I don't. I'll be honest with you. I do not like that. I don't see and we have tons of research being poured into it. You guys remember that whole hashtag Bring Back Our Girls thing that happened when Obama was in office? Michelle Obama did that whole Bring Back Our Girls campaign or something like that. There were over the course of a couple of years, 10,000 boys were kidnapped, and no one even batted an eye. It was Boko Haram, the terrorist group. They kidnapped about 10,000 boys approximately, and no one even cared. Yes, it was over a longer period, but there were also 1,000. It was 250 schoolgirls who were captured or kidnapped. 10,000 boys were kidnapped over the period of like 3 to 4 years, if I recall correctly, and no one even cared. No one even batted an eye because guys aren't important. Apparently, that's just the way that things are, right? Guys aren't important. All right, see how it is. That thing does suck. So we're gonna be right now. It's Sunday, guys. Happy Sunday for those of you on the living in EV here. This is something I want to take a look at here. I really like it. It's about, if this thing's gonna load, it's about Prince William in the UK and talking about male mental health and male suicide. And that's something I really like. Anytime I see an article that's covering the the improvement or the growth on male mental health. It's something that I really like. Yeah, that puts a smile on my face because like I said, I'm not happy at all with the male suicide rate. Anytime I see an article that talks about some tactic, whatever it may be, to combat the male suicide rate, that's something that puts a smile on my face because that genuinely makes me happy. So let's read this. Prince William documentary sparks important conversation about male mental health and male suicide. All right. The BBC's new documentary, fronted by the Duke of Cambridge, has prompted an important discussion on mental health and male suicide. World Team talks about the future king engaged in a roundtable discussion with sporting heroes, including Thierry Henry, Gareth Southgate, and Peter Crouch, about overcoming the most difficult moments in their career by being open about what they were going through. That's a very good thing. Yeah. Yes. Because guys they tend to be less open about their issues, and that's one of the causes that you have the high male suicide rate. For that reason, if guys not opening up, those issues are bottled up, and they will be released, often lead to something as serious as suicide occurring. That's not good. That's not what we want. But that's what happens. So let's keep reading through this thing here. Guys in general find it very difficult to talk about their feelings. Doing what we're doing here makes a huge difference to personal illness, right? In the discussion, the men talk about feeling forbidden to cry at times. I agree. I do feel like that at certain times, with Southgate referencing football's culture of not opening up about anything in your life without being seen as weak. All right. I don't play football, but I guess that's the thing. And they're talking their football in the UK. I think it's the soccer. American version of soccer. That's what they're talking about. But that's the key. Being manager continue is to spark anecdotes about how being open or speaking about his brother who took his own life. 2014 mental health campaigner Johnny Sharples wrote, "When Simon died by suicide 4 years ago, I have never imagined we'd see the England manager on TV openly discussing his mental health. I wish Simon could have seen a program like a Royal Team Talk, but there's comfort in knowing football helped him overcome a long battle with drug and alcohol abuse. I've been clean now for over 2 years, and I run my own football group for others now. Don't be ashamed. You're not alone. It's something you approach on things. For me, the past few years, I learned stuff along the lines of these. Yeah, that's something that's very true. One of the lessons that I would have said that one of the useful lessons I've learned is that having a general positive mentality is not being highly, oh, the world. It's knowing that it's okay to not be okay. Like this guy said, that's a perfect way to be having a bad day. Right? Tomorrow or sometime in the future, life will be better. And I feel like that's what lots of guys would have needed to hear. If you could go back and talk to a couple guys before they would have done something, and maybe taken their own life, if you would have told them something like, "Hey," you would have needed to hear to just keep on trucking on, because that's kind of what life's all about. Just the ups and downs. You know what I mean? It may be bad now, but it'll get better. That's the idea, right? And that's an important thing I've learned about, and you just kind of already know it, but when you think about it, really, it's really impactful. And it helps you, it helps you lessons to learn this year. So yes, he's absolutely right. It's okay to not be okay. It's normal. We all have her ups and downs. Program on BBC right now about men's mental health with William. There's Southgate, Peter Crouch, Dan Walker, Thierry Henry, Jermaine Janies, and Danny Rose about all being incredibly open and compelling. Well worth a watch. Men's Stream Talk. Yep. Okay, so let's read this thing right here. So I doubt I'm the only one contacting you tonight to say how wonderful your mental health awareness program was. I felt quite emotional watching videos. Confidence and I'm able to talk. I want to thank you for bringing this to the main, whatever it's going to say. It got cut off. But yes, our lives simply because no one talks about it. But now that we have guys going on issues, that is something that will help to combat the mental health crisis that many men are going through. Bottling up doesn't help, for sure. Yeah, no, does not help for sure. In the documentary, Prince William opens up about his experience with bereavement, describing the loss of his mother, Princess Diana, as a pain like no other pain. Yep. Very good. And like I'm just about to say, Pentagon, Zionism, private central bank, race-specific bioweapon, Rockefeller, eugenics, and Rand Corporation. All those words, I've seen a couple of those words. I've seen Pentagon, Zionism, central banking. I know that's a thing. Rockefeller, Rand Corporation, eugenics. Whenever I hear those words, I always think of like some like a conspiracy. Not saying that it's not real, but like I always, think about like the elites controlling society. I don't know. Am I not allowed to say that word? Or is there gonna be is a sniper gonna burst through my freaking window and knock me out? No, not again. All right. Well, while we worry about that, we're gonna go ahead and go over this article from KSL.com talking about. Excuse me, one second. I have congestion in my left nose, so I don't know why. Anyways, Utah man says life was destroyed for false accusation. Oh, oh boy, another. Well, is it 2%ers that they call it? Yeah, there's about how false accusations are rare. Like they say, oh, well, false accusations are only 2 to 5% or something like that of total accusations made. They're not even common. Like you see, I'm not worried about a false accusation, so I really do appreciate your reassurance. I sincerely do. However, you see, I don't care about the fact that it's like 2%, 1%. Even if it's just one case out of a billion cases, I still don't care. Listen, here's the thing. Let's say that there is this one-time case, one-time scenario that happens. I don't know what it is, but it happens. And it's super bad. It's unfair. Even if it's the first time it happened or a single isolated incident, that person, the innocent person, still deserves justice. Justice is blind to everything. It's blind to bias. It's blind to irrelevant statistics. What would that be? How often something happens. It doesn't matter how often these false accusations happen. When a false accusation happens, an innocent life is unexpectedly twisted upside down and turned upside down. Like the article says, they're still a victim. It doesn't matter how many times it happens, and they deserve justice. The argument that it's just a little 2% false accusation, it doesn't matter. It's still a false accusation, culture, and they deserve justice. So, even if it's just a couple times or two times, 2% as some people biases. It's my fault though because I need to look into it more. Is there? Hold on a second. My audio not working? As some people biases. It's my fault though because I need to look into it more. Is there? Hold on a second. Okay. Okay. Are you for real? This is not the first time this happened. This is like the it no, come on, work for me. Okay, here, whatever. We'll just let that play. All right, thanks, Swampy McGee, for giving me the heads up, by the way. I do appreciate that. But that freaking sucks. I hope the audio works. It better work. It better work. Whatever higher power that we believe in or don't believe in, that the audio connection will stay strong, will hold on, will be able to hold for a couple more minutes. So, pleasure. I appreciate that. Now, let's read this. So, a little over a year ago, Darren Ace Thomas's world was unexpected for more than 2 decades. It will turn 50 next week. Was accused of offering a woman money for sex and encouraging that woman to find juvenile girls to also participate. Thomas was dropped, but the damage had already been done. You see, hey, look, I did the same. This KSL.com wrote this. They're the person who said it, not me. The damage had already been done. This. If you're wondering why I have a problem with false accusations, it's so frustrating to get your life pulled out from under you over someone making stuff up. Now, as Thomas works to regain what he's lost, he is also planning a lawsuit against those whose false claims resulted in jail time, lost wages, and a damaged reputation. There it is. Things that you just can't get back. Jail time. Yep. Too late. It's on your record. You went to jail. Lost wages. Can't go back and bring back money. It's gone. You know? Hey, you were the guy who was falsely accused of rape. Should be like that's gotta suck, and it's horrible. That's why I'm strongly, I strongly talk about it a lot. I have strong feelings for him because you can't undo this damage. It's already done. Your reputation, jail time, if you served any, the money. So I don't like this stuff. People hear this horrible stuff. They want to jump on this kind of stuff. He said, "It's destroyed my life. It's taken everything from me." On May 4th, 2018, Thomas was charged in the 8th District Court with conspired to have unlawful sexual activity with a minor, 2 counts on attempt of attempted prostitute. An undercover officer from the police department uses the cell phone of a woman and they offer $100 for sex, and that he wanted to have sex with 2 girls, ages 13 to 16. Tom said after he was arrested, he spent 11 days in jail. And January 30th, the felony charges Thomas were dismissed. All that remained was a charge of sexual solicitation. According to Thomas at that point, his attorney advised him that he would likely have to plead guilty to that count. But Thomas remained steadfast and said no. I told him, but this world's not the way anymore. You're guilty the second you're charged. And that's the sad reality of the way things are. Yeah, true. That true is that sad but current reality. Thomas hired a new attorney, James Lewis, to fight the misdemeanor. They got ready for trial and found out in the evening before the trial that their so-called key witness the next morning. Dropship. Hey, what's up? Not sure what was that? The robot emoji? Robot? Bot? Where's the bot? Don't know what that means, but hey, appreciate it. Welcome to the show, buddy. Hope we're doing a shop market. We're covering the story about this guy in Utah who basically had his life destroyed over a false accusation. Now, continuing on, where were we? Oh yeah, that key witness wasn't going to be appearing, right? So the key witness, according to both Thomas and Lewis, was the woman who claimed that she was being solicited by Thomas. On April 24th, the prosecutor made a motion for the case to be dismissed, stating a witness that is critical to his case was not serving with the subpoena, according to court records. Lewis said the 2 officers who were also expected to take the witness stand each blamed the other for not serving the subpoena, though he also noted it was kind of surprising they didn't figure that out until the night before the trial. Thomas and Lewis believed the woman was making up accusations, throwing out names to the police in an effort to avoid her own pending prison sentence. The police officers believed it, hook, line, and sinker, and actually participated in the so-called sting, but they didn't really get any solid evidence, but nevertheless proceeded with bringing these charges. If you want my personal view, I think it was highly inappropriate how the case was handled from beginning to end, Lewis said. I don't think the case should have ever been brought. I think it was wholly lacking in adequate evidence to back up charges. Electronic devices back. On one phone, he said there was a long conversation between Thomas and the woman that was clear exculpatory evidence. There was no money for a sex component whatsoever, he said. Not one thing of any evidence of any impropriety at all was ever found. Years. So they had everything from my whole life. They did not find one piece of evidence, Thomas added. Thomas is now for people like Lewis. I'm cutting in now. Audio, precious audio. What time is it? I missed that out. I'll try that real quick. Let me see how bad the audio is. Cutting in now. Precious audio. What time is it? I missed that. It does happen sometimes. See how bad the audio is. Okay. Is it fixed? Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3. The local time is 12:24 p.m. My audio is messing up. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Okay. Is it fixed? Okay, yeah. I think it's fixed. All right, let's keep going on before my audio gets messed up again. Hopefully it's fixed. So where were we? Oh yeah, so I get the drawback. Okay, so I cannot say enough good about that man. He's just an honest man. And I didn't think that there was an honest attorney left in this world, Thomas said. You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but this world is not that way anymore. You're guilty the second you're charged and you're fighting for your life. No matter what the circumstances, you are not innocent. Dude, that's sad, but it's absolutely true. There we go. Audio is back up and working. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and cover this article too. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it. Okay, so this is from AL.com, just like an Alabama website of some sort. So let's read this. Alabama bill would criminalize false rape accusations. All right. We'll see what happens here. All right, so a new bill would make it a crime to falsely accuse someone of rape. So let's see. Now, one thing I like to remind you guys, I'm pretty sure that it is illegal, like in all states, if not most states, to file a false accusation to the police. So filing a false report. I'm pretty sure that is illegal. Read this. So let's see here. Was first read in the House of Representatives last week. The bill introduced make falsely report 10 years in prison. If the accused is found not guilty, the accuser would be responsible for paying the accused person's legal expenses. All right. It is already legal to make, that's right, it's already legal to make a false police report in Alabama. I'm pretty sure it's like that in all states, but gotta fact check that. We'll check that out later. Anyways, Kathleen Connolly, the director of the Alabama Coalition Against Rape, said this bill would deter people from reporting sex crimes, which are already one of the most underreported crimes. And that's also true. It's not solving a new problem, Connolly said. It's a problem if someone makes a false report, and that's rare. It's an effort to silence men and women who are coming forward about sexual assault. It's an effort to make them afraid to come forward. Honestly, I don't know how to respond to that. I mean, how exactly would it infringe on someone who is legit? Someone here is getting it. I'm not. The only time this would be a problem for you is if you're filing a false accusation. I mean, it's kind of redundant in the aspect that it's already illegal, but then they're making this other bill. But let's see the reason. I mean, I don't know. We'll see, because rare, you know, the amount of them being rare. I'm not particularly worried about that aspect. If you were to ask me, I'm not particularly worried about it. But we'll see. So let's read on here. According to Rain, 3 out of 4 sexual assaults go unreported. That's sad, but it's true. According to a 2010 study by the University of Massachusetts, between 2 and 10% of rape allegations are proven false. That's right. They're, according to most statistics, rare. That's right. Yes. This is a case of the spirit of the law versus the letter of the law, which is effectively selective enforcement. That's right. Selective enforcement. All right, all right. But keep we'll keep it here. Oh, so tired. Sorry, we'll keep it here, guys. Had to yawn. I need to yawn for a long, long time. Let's hold it in. Yeah, let it out. You know what I mean? But where were we? Oh yeah, here. So Drake said he did something and his new wife of sexually abusing their kids. They make an accusation. The better, Drake said. I mean, if that is the specific reason, that's a little bit weird. But all right, because like, I mean, imagine that. Like, I don't know about you guys, but it's a little bit weird to me because like, you just go up to the House of Representatives. They're like, hey guys, I had a specific incident happen to me, and I'm going to pass a law about it. Like yes, I mean, I see where they're coming from with this, and I would support something like that. I'd talk about how we need to toughen up on false accusations when they do happen, because apparently it's not common. So when they do happen, then we need to toughen up on the accuser. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I thought it was a little bit weird how when that one specific incident is what created it. For me, if I were a politician or whatever, what would make me want to do is like if I would see it happening to multiple other guys or whatever, not much of a personal event, but I can understand that. I can understand that because I saw some other people criticizing that aspect. So I see what they mean now. I see what they mean. But yeah, I mean, at least we're taking some steps on that. Up to 10 years in prison. It's fair enough. It's fair enough. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for the news article. I'm not shutting down the stream yet. I still want to talk a little bit longer, but I think I'm going to conclude that. I'm going to conclude it for the like the news article stuff. I'm going to conclude that part for now. We're just going to talk a little bit more about what we can expect for the upcoming couple of weeks for MGTOW Academy. So we're going to turn on the screen share. We're just talking now. Okay, so what's going on with MGTOW Academy for the next couple of weeks? Well, we got a couple of things going on. Want to check the audio real quickly, make sure it's working. Academy. So all right, okay, because the audio cuts out, so we want to make sure it's working, right? But yeah, we got a couple of things going on for MGTOW Academy. First of all, I'm going to be gone from MGTOW Academy, most likely totally, for an entire month between June 15th. Between June 15th and July 15th and 19th, I will be like gone, like absent from the internet and MGTOW Academy and all type of stuff, because I'll be overseas and I'll be in Bangladesh. That's like it's a tiny third world war-torn country next to India. Very, very tiny country. So if people ask me, are you from India? No, I'm not from India. I'm from Bangladesh, you idiot. But no, I'm not from India. If people ask me that in real life, I'm like, no, I'm not from India, I'm from Bangladesh. I'm from Bangladesh. That's what I'm going to for my summer vacation, if you will. It's not. I wouldn't consider it a luxury. It's a third world country, but it has its quirks that are just a unique experience you really can't get anywhere else. Got family there. We got some places to check out. We're gonna be checking out the rural country. We're not backpacking per se, but we're gonna hop in a rental car and cross our fingers that the engine doesn't go out, the tire doesn't burst, or the AC gives out because it's hot and humid there in Bangladesh. Yeah, we're gonna I'm not gonna say backpack, but we're just gonna drive to a predetermined location, check out some buildings that we've built, that my family has built over the past few months, and hope for the best. Because we don't know much. When you road trip here, you have a plan. There, you just go and hope for the best. So that's an interesting. It's not that dangerous as it sounds, but things can go wrong. So it's one of those types of deals. It's like adventure, right? It's like a third world adventure. Let's call it that. So it'll be pretty nice. On Twitter, if anyone here came from Twitter, the thumbnail, which I will update later for this live stream, it was a what's called? It was a window view of a Boeing 777. So get your shots, bro. I'm already vaccinated. Thank you for asking. My parents vaccinated me. Thankful for that, of course. You know what I mean. So yeah, they vaccinated me, and yeah, I got my shots up. And the only thing I'm worried about is West Nile virus from mosquitoes and all type of stuff. So we got to get the bug sprays loaded and ready. And if a disease happens, let's just hope for the best. I hope nothing happens. But yeah, we'll be. We already have a place to stay. We have an apartment where we're gonna stay at because we had a house there in Bangladesh, and that house was destroyed. It was like a single story concrete home. It was destroyed and turned into a multi-story apartment. And basically, half of the spaces were given to our family members, and one of my immediate family, close family members, got an apartment there. So every time we go there, instead of having to crash at a relative's place, we just stay there and go on vacation. It's a really cool, unique experience, and I love to fly. So I had $300 laying out. So I spent $90 reserving window seats for flying on Emirates, for flying on 777. So I'm excited for that. I'll let you guys know on Twitter my flight number and all type of stuff. I'll post pictures at the airport, post the video of taking off, landing, either on Twitter or on YouTube when I get back, or on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see. So don't worry, guys. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll take lots of videos. I'll take videos of rickshaw. A rickshaw. It's like I have a model. I want to show you. I wish I could show you guys right now what a rickshaw looks like, but I can't turn on my webcam. But it's like basically it's a bicycle. It's like half a bicycle. So a bicycle has a wheel in the front and a wheel in the back. So basically it's everything on a bicycle except for the back wheel. Instead of the back wheel, it's replaced with a bench with two wheels. It's like a big tricycle with a bench on it, basically, right? And then, am I going to be able to turn on my web camera? I'm not sure if I should. Should I turn on my camera or not, guys? Let me see if I can turn it on. Actually, I might turn on my camera for the first time in history. Right? No? Should I? Should I not? I don't know. Is there a way that I can cover my background? Let me try this real quick, guys. I'm not sure if I should turn on my camera or not, but here, we'll try this. We're going to try to turn on the camera, guys, and not get myself exposed. Get ready, guys. All right, let's see if I can get this camera going. 3, 2, 1. Come on, turn on. Turn off. Turn it on. Turn on the camera. Is it on? Okay, I don't know if the camera's on or off, guys. I don't know if it's on. Is it on? Can you guys see my face? Can you see my model ratio? No? All right, I guess you guys can't. Too bad. Sorry, guys. I guess the camera. Oh, yeah, camera's not working. I'm dumb. Camera's not working, guys. I can't show you the rickshaw. I'm sorry. Can't show you the model rickshaw, but whatever. That was a failed attempt. Not trying that again. I forgot yeah, it's not working. My fault. I forgot that the camera was in our. I somehow found out that the camera doesn't work on here, so I forgot. That's my fault, though. My fault. Now, anyways, the whole rickshaw thing, that's a unique experience in and of itself. Bangladesh is simplistic in its own way, especially in the rural countries. So that's nice. They don't use dryers. They just go to the rooftop of the building or of the house and they just put the clothes up online, let it dry naturally. And it's just like a really interesting place. It's the crowd, the city. It's not clean. You can get lots of diseases. The public bathrooms aren't even clean. No matter where you go, they're generally not clean. But I'm excited to go there. I might even my uncle. I'm not going to say his name, but I have an uncle there. All my family members, they all come from like I think it's my dad's side of the family or my mom's side. I can't remember when. They were all like in the military at some point in time, and my uncle, he's in the police force in Bangladesh, and he's one of the top 10. I would even say top 5 commanders in the entire country, and he's just going up the ranks. He used to be in charge of the international airport. Now he's in an even higher rank, and every time we go there, we feel like VIPs. Basically, there's a 2 to 3 hour line for immigration, and he's as soon as we come out of the gate, he's standing there with his uniform on. He's got all these different badges and all these different medals and all these different stripes and whatever on his shoulder. He has those those I don't know what they're called, but these like in the military and the police. High-ranking officials, they have these like stripes they wear on the uniform, these different colored stripes that have different meanings, whatever they're called. He has a ton of them. So he's like, he has 2 of his own personal assistant officers who help him out. We just stand there. He we just like they get our luggage, they do our paperwork for us, the immigration done for us, everything done for us. We go to his apartment directly using his personal private uh, car, and it's a really nice. Last time it was a black sedan. This time it's a black SUV. It's a new one, so for Bangladesh, that's pretty cool. He always brings in the latest police equipment to haul our luggage. He has like a guy sitting on the trunk in the back of the police truck. To clear traffic for us, let us go through. It's a really unique experience. I like that. I feel like a VIP. It's like Hollywood. It's like Hollywood, but in a third world country. So that's pretty nice. You know what I mean? I like to the apartment, but yeah, it's pretty nice. And what else is going? What else is going on? We have an 8 hour layover in Dubai. That's gonna be nice. I'm wondering if I should spend my money there. You know what I mean? Oh, Everardo Mercado is asking if I take callers. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If you want to come on in, you're more than welcome to. Everardo. If you have any questions about MGTOW, you just want to talk about some stuff, you're more than welcome to come on in. One second. All right. Yeah, dude. If you want to Everardo Mercado, if you like to join, you're more than welcome to, bro. I could just draw. I can like send you the link to join. If I can pull it up real quick. But yeah, dude, it's a pretty unique experience. So how do you join? Okay, so uh, yeah, so basically, Everardo Mercado, how it works is that I send you a Google Hangouts link. You need to, as long as you have a Google account, which you obviously do, you just you basically, as long as you have the app or whatever, you just tap the link, it invites into the conversation, and yeah, you're in. That's it. But yeah, dude, here I'll give you the link. You can in a couple of minutes. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, dude. Let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. I need to get the link wherever it is. I need to go ahead and post it in the live chat so I can get my friend, uh, my good friend Everardo Mercado into the stream. Let me go ahead and pull it up first, though. I keep forgetting where it is. I was about to open up a new tab and go to YouTube Studio, which is kind of weird right now. But it's already in this current window. I'm so dumb. I swear sometimes I do the stupidest things. I just do. Okay, we're gonna copy. Why is the song? Turn that audio down. Okay. Oh, okay. That's this thing. Okay, I need to turn it off. That was the actual YouTube window that's open. Oh yeah, but yeah, that's very nice. And then talking about Dubai, we had an 8 hour layover there, and I'm not sure if I should buy something from there, like a model because like they got a model airplane shop, and I might buy a model Emirates aircraft from there. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Let me get that link posted to you. Shut up. Will you be quiet? I'm trying to get my YouTube window to close. It's not loading live chat, but it plays the video. Like, come on. Like, really? Wow, man, that's helpful. I might be able to. Can I not? There. Okay, we got to. I'll paste it out here in the live chat for you to check out. So there is a link, by the way, to anyone who wants to use it. If anyone wants to join the call, they're more than welcome to. All right, we'll go ahead and shut that thing down. Let's see if I can mute this. Mute it. Good. I want to mute it. Awesome. Awesome. Alrighty, I'll make sure that this is up and running. Hopefully the audio is good. Let me check the audio real quick. Good. I want to mute it. Awesome. All right, cool. Audio is working. All right, so finally my computer's able to put the thing in there. We're just gonna go ahead and wait for our friend Everardo to come on into the channel or to the chat. What is it? Not chat. God damn, my brain's not functioning. Into the audio call. I keep forgetting these terms. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? some days my brain, it's not a bad day. Sometimes my brain just has a stupid day. Hey guys, guess what? It's a stupid day for MGTOW Academy's brain because sometimes it doesn't like to function. Hopefully, my friend Everetto Mercado can put my brain back into alignment because it's clearly not at its peak performance right now. Sitting around doing nothing. Awesome. All right. Simp hotline. Hey, the simp hotline. Yeah, what's up, Hustle Nature? What's up, bro? Yes, it is. It is a simp hotline. Yeah, that's right. Simp hotline right here. That's where it's at. But yeah, dude, I'm not sure what we'll do this. We're not going to go to a hotel, so I'm not sure what we're going to do there. I know the airport has a Zen garden, so that'd be pretty nice. They got the Dubai airport has a Zen garden. This is also going to be the last time probably going to DXB. That's the current airport. Then we're gonna after I think 2020, Emirates is shifting operations completely and totally to DWC. That's Dubai World Central. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to go on there. I believe this will be my last time flying to Dubai DXB in a long, long time, if not ever. In the future, I want to go back though. But yeah, so enjoy it. Enjoy the time while I have while I'm there. Right. Let's see how many. I'm watching. Really. How about that? Add a control room. Okay. Looks like
Hello.
there. Hello.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how are you?
Great. So see, this is, oh my God, hold up. This is the first time I've used Google Hangouts too, so it's kind of rough.
That's all right.
Yeah. So are you? So I heard, are you in 9th grade going to 10th or what?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So
I'm going.
I'm 10 going to 11, so that's cool.
Really? That's nice. That's nice. So how's high school? You like it?
Yeah. So I saw a couple of your videos a while ago because I think there was a gap in your uploads, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I saw it. I really liked it actually. You were one of the only people who actually made a video about middle school too, which I thought was really cool too. I mean, you started off younger than I did, so yeah.
Really? All right. Well, that's nice. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. So you're MGTOW, right?
So see, that's weird because I started out the more that time goes on with giving anything, I mean, I get like less and less into it. So, for example, with the MGTOW thing, I went from fully just not really caring to agnostic to it. So I don't know, because long term, I don't see myself just being completely single, right? But for now, right?
I understand. I understand.
You
I
need
get
to
what you mean.
reproduce, right? Yeah.
Not everyone wants to go forever. So I see where you're coming from. So
Mm-hmm.
do you have any like idea what you're gonna do with MGTOW? Like right now, like maybe you're just gonna stay single until like college, and then maybe you'll try dating later on. Is that the deal, or something like that?
No. So have you heard of Nick Fuentes?
Nick, is it Nick Fuentes?
Fuentes, yeah, the political guy.
No, I've not heard of him. What's he like?
Okay. He's basically a 20-year-old Catholic guy, but that guy's a virgin by choice, and I think that's probably the way most people should go, because the whole like LFA, pumping and dumping, I think just makes it worse, overall for the society. So
Right.
right, because
Yeah, the whole approach. I guess you would call it the red pill approach or whatever. I don't
Mhm.
exactly care. I agree with you. I don't really care about the whole approach to pumping and dumping because I don't care about sex that much. I care about it, but I worry more about the personal, emotional connection. I'm not sure if you're like that, but personally I care about that more. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like the whole pumping and dumping thing. It seems just I don't like it, honestly. I really don't care about it. And
Yeah.
I'm delving more into, I'm not sure what NoFap is, right?
Yeah, so I think because I saw a video by this other guy named Coach Blackpill. Have you heard of that guy?
Coach Blackpill. I think I have, yeah.
Yeah, so that guy, he's more moderate on the things, and he basically goes on why by him in his 20s screwing so many girls that he ruined his chances to really pair bond, and then how like the manosphere goes and calls out thoughts for what they are, but then at the same time they're screwing the thoughts, so it just makes it worse. So I'm just saying maybe
Right.
if you just abstain from it, yeah, completely. It's like being addicted to crack and then buying it and then saying that the drug dealer's evil. It's like, yeah, sure, but if you didn't buy it, then you'd be out of business. So
Right, right. That's a very valid point. I see what you mean. Yeah, that's a common point that a lot of people bring up about the whole pumping and dumping thing. That like no matter where you go, it will mess you up with your pair bonding skills, regardless. You know what I
hmm
mean? More partners, it kind of chews away. It kind of chews you away a little bit. They take away a little piece of you every time. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's what I think it is.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. So, Everardo, what's your plans after high school? What do you plan to do?
So so I'm taking AP classes right now. So I have 3 so far. Planning to take another 9 in
Right.
the next 2 years, right? And so hypothetically, that's over a year of credit. So like like this year alone, that's 23 college credits I can get, and then that's not counting the other 9. And so hopefully I can finish
Mm-hmm.
early, right? Yeah.
All
And
right, that's
then
good. So you want to like
yeah.
graduate high school early? That's
No,
good.
not high school. I mean college, right? Because high school's
Oh,
free for now,
okay.
right? But
Going
college is free for all, right? Yeah.
True, true.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. So, what do you want to do for like a career? Is there like a career that you have in mind?
Honestly, no idea. But what I have learned is not even to touch the liberal arts, right? No political science for me. Has to be STEM probably.
I see what you mean.
Mhm.
Something STEM. Something STEM. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any like not like you say you don't have like a set career path. You don't have that, but do you have an idea of what it could be? Like, oh, I want to do something in the IT field. Or I want to do something in the engineering field. Is there any idea like that you have?
Yeah, I could probably do engineering, because yeah, I have connections there, so that would be the most practical.
Hmm. All
Mhm.
right. All right. I see what you mean, man. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Uh, so how are you going to get there? Do you know what college you're going to go to if you do decide to pursue that? Do you have any idea where that, or you're not entirely sure?
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously in-state tuition's a lot better. I would say that all the
Right.
in-state universities here give AP credits, and if obviously I can't go to some random state like Kansas State and then not take the AP credit and be able to transfer it, because if I can't do that, it defeats the purpose more or less. So I mean, it has to be in state for me, honestly.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. All right, that sounds nice. Do you have any hobbies that you pursue on your free time?
Yeah, so see, I would say I wouldn't study political science, even though that's what interests me. But yeah, like I said, I like the Republican type of stuff. I don't know if you do. I probably do. Yeah, I read a
Mhm.
ton of books about it too. So
Read books about that type of stuff. All right, yeah.
yeah.
Right now, to be honest, I'm a little bit apathetic about politics.
hmm
So I'm not sure if I should politics or not, but maybe later on when the election comes around, I'll pay more attention to it. But for my mental health, I haven't really. I feel like it's a bit more of a drain on me, to be honest.
Okay.
Also, I'll like there are things that I worry about, like, and there are things that I look at. So, for example, the whole idea. I'm not sure if you've heard about the concept for universal basic income. That's the idea that where
Yeah, you
everyone
secure the
receives
bag.
money because jobs being replaced, stuff like that. Maybe there being less jobs available because of blue collar jobs being taken away due to automation, AI, that type of junk.
hmm
That's one thing I'm looking at right now. And right now, I think for the 2020 election, I don't know about you, but I think that I'm not gonna be able to vote till 2022, but I think I would, if I could, vote for Andrew Yang in the 2020 election, because so far I seem to like most of the stuff he's talking about. There, people have gone out to say that he says stuff and backs away from it. I'm not sure if that's true or not, because like I said, I just like see a couple of things here and there, and that's probably good enough for me. You know what I mean? So I don't know the whole entire picture about the Andrew Yang dude, but so far I would say that he's a sensible guy. And then there's another guy, I can't remember his name. Was it like Paul Buttigieg? I can't remember. He was another.
Pete Buttigieg,
I think
the
he was
gay
a
one.
Republican.
No, he's a Democrat.
Oh, that was yeah. He said, was he Democratic?
Yeah.
Was he Democratic or Republican?
Yes. Yeah, Democrat.
He was okay. Democratic. Okay, yeah. Because I remember him somewhere. I don't even remember what he said. To be honest with you, because I just like I like anytime I see into politics, I kind of just my brain's like, you know what, whatever. I'll just see it for what it's worth and do whatever. Like, I don't know. I just kind of don't care. But I show that type of mentality. To be honest with you, is like individually, my single vote doesn't change anything, right? But that mentality, if everyone in America has the mentality, it's not good. So, I will still probably pay a little bit of attention and make some informed decisions.
Yang's my favorite candidate too for the Democrats personally. Yeah, because a lot of them promise like free college and a lot more welfare, and I think that like if I'm in the middle class, I might as well just get $1,000 a month, instead of giving more welfare out, because then everybody gets the same amount. So it seems more fair that way.
Right.
You can't argue with $1,000 a month, man. Yeah.
That's true.
That would definitely
help with paying some bills. Right. That would pay. That helps pay a lot of bills. It really would. It really would. I definitely would, bro. Yeah. So let's see. I gotta ask you some questions. So I'm curious to know what exactly led you to discovering MGTOW content, because you did mention that you saw some of my earlier videos. So is there any specific events or led you to discovering MGTOW stuff?
I think so. There's a whole, like superstructure of YouTube where you just go through multiple videos and they gradually get more and more and more specific. So, for example, that's with politics, that's with the gaming. With MGTOW, I must have been looking at whatever videos like 2 years ago, and then I just stumbled onto it, and I just thought, okay, so I'm seeing these things in my life. These coalesce with what the red pillars are saying. So I might as well learn it earlier than, sooner than later. And that's how I got into it.
All right. Yeah. I see what you're coming from. That's kind of how it worked out for me too. You know what I mean? People, they often, it's kind of funny. They say, oh, who hurt you? Something like that. Well, the funny thing is no one did. I've never been through any traumatic I've never been through any traumatic event or anything that made me, I was never dumped. I discovered it when I was in 7th grade. Okay. Let me tell you something. You don't get divorced in 7th grade. You don't get your heart broken by your girlfriend. It's like in 7th grade. You know why? You're in 7th grade. Nothing even happened. So like you said, it's just a matter of looking things up. Saying, hey, that stuff happens to me too. And I see what you're coming from. It's like pretty much the exact same thing for me. For me, I was just like I was just like watching those what's called the Wrecked Feminist compilations, which I honestly don't even watch anymore. I just like don't care. I don't care about it.
It's dying off, right?
I watched those things a lot when I was like in 7th grade. And they, like now I don't care about it, but then that was like the thing, and then somehow I somehow just probably stumbled across a MGTOW video, and I just kept watching them, I guess, like you said, how YouTube's algorithm, whatever magic it does, it works out. Next thing you know, you're watching 10 different Sandman videos and you're hooked onto it. And you're like, hey, wait a minute, I can connect to that, So yeah, man, I see. And then you said that you don't think you're going to be in this single state forever. You said that you might plan on dating later on. Is that correct?
Yeah, obviously when I'm in my 20s, right? Because I think I'm going to get married and have kids because it's something I want to do.
You think you want to get married? Okay.
Are
you aware of like but you are aware of the like the laws and all type of stuff that you would have to do?
I mean, there's definitely a prenup there, right? That's gotta secure it. Yeah, but I think
Yeah, I
you have
wouldn't
to also
like.
think like a woman. So, like,
Yeah,
like a woman
yeah, I
wants
see what
to
you mean.
have
I see what you mean.
financial protection, you
Uh,
know, like you want to secure your man through marriage, and I see that.
right. Okay. Honestly, like like that's okay. You can do what you want, man. But I would honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't exactly get married per se. If you would want to have kids and all type of stuff, that's if you play it carefully, you can try that. But I wouldn't recommend it. But if you were to ask me, I wouldn't personally recommend marriage. Of course, you're more than welcome to. I'm not going to disown you for making that
Yeah.
decision. We're
Yeah.
allowed to make different decisions. That's okay. But I wouldn't exactly personally recommend marriage for the ways that the divorce courts are. I'm sure you're aware of the risk it entails, right? But I
Sure.
would really not. If you ask me, hey, should I get married to this woman? If you would like to continue on a relationship, that's okay. If you really want to, and you truly believe she's the one, because you would know her better than me. I can't say, "Oh, dude, she's a gold digging, lying, cheating whore." I don't know that. You know her better than me. You should be the person to make that analysis. Okay,
Yeah.
I will trust you. However, what we can both agree to is that the laws will screw over a man in a divorce. So, in the event that you do get divorced, which is, I'm pretty sure if I recall correctly, it's 1 and 2 divorces, I'm sorry, 1 and 2 marriages and
Yeah,
divorce.
that's
And
I don't
I
know.
think it's 80% of the time it's women that initiate it. Right, yeah. 80% of the time it's
Yeah.
women who initiate it. It happens most commonly in the 4th year of marriage.
Oh,
So
wow.
statistically, it is likely. So I'm not gonna disown you. I'm not gonna kick you off the call. You're more than welcome to take whatever path you like to. I'm not gonna disown
Yeah,
you for
we'll
that.
see.
But I would I don't recommend marriage if you were to ask me. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I just worry about like, okay, well, what would a woman think? What like would I want to marry like cohabitation law stuff like that? I don't know if like by technicality I could not be married to somebody and still have the legal obligation. So I don't know. I would have to look into that. So
That's all right. Yeah, if you
yeah.
want to do more, it's all right to not know things. There's still things that I don't know about. So if you're not entirely sure, that's all right, bro. You can look into it a little bit more. Actually, Hustler Nature is asking you in the live chat. He said ask him the reasons why he wants to get married and what are you getting out of the marriage that he can't get without. In other words, what is special about the marriage? Like what makes it different about being not married? If that makes sense, is what he's asking
Yeah.
you.
So the entire thing would be, despite of the government, wanting to like organize who is with who, it would be more so like in a religious context of, okay, this person's with this person. And I think that um there are drawbacks, right? So obviously you try to
Mhm.
mitigate that, and hopefully you pick the right woman, which is like a one in I don't know, 40% chance you do that. And okay, if you do
All
that,
right.
then maybe it'll work. The odds obviously aren't on anybody's favor, and but it is important to know who's married, because if you just had people that are just dating and had no real legal tangible connection with each other or obligation, then that might
Mhm.
even be even worse than what it is now. So who knows? No fault divorce is bad though.
Okay,
So yeah.
I can understand that. Would
Hmm.
it be? Are you religious? I'm just
uh
curious to know.
yeah, I'm non-denominational Christian, something like that.
Other than Christians, okay, I've never heard of that, but okay, Christianity in some form, I can understand it.
No, I mean,
Okay,
I
I'm not
mean,
like a religious expert, so I never heard of that
yeah,
to be honest.
no, okay, so denomination being like a branch, right? Or like a part,
Okay.
and non-denominational is basically just the most basic, evangelical, vanilla Christianity, I guess. Right?
Okay, that's a
Mm,
bit that makes a little bit more sense. So so basically, if I understand correctly, the reason that you would want to aim for marriage is because of religious reasons. Is that correct?
yeah, that's most of it.
Okay, would it be possible, because this is something that you would know more than me, because I'm not like a Christianity expert. Would it be possible to in Christianity get with quotations married, but legally you're not married? Because what I'm worried about is the legal risk that you would face if a divorce were to happen. But with on the religious aspect, you don't get you're married in the religious aspect, but in the legal aspect, you're not married. for legal protection, if that makes sense. Would that work out?
Do you know what? That's a really good point because, yeah, I forgot. There's civil marriages, right? Which is, I think,
Right.
the gubernatorial ones, and then there's the under the eyes of God, right? So yeah, you know what?
Mhm.
I forgot about that. Yeah, no, that's really good actually. Yeah, theoretically speaking, you could
Yeah.
be married to, basically under everything but the law itself. But yeah, to respond to hustler nature, are there advantages? Yeah, I forgot taxes. With taxes, obviously, that's part of the reason why the gays wanted their rights in the first place to get married, is because not only is it symbolic that you're tolerating them in the community, but also they get to file their taxes as a couple. That helps a lot, actually.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. That's a fair point. That's actually, yeah, yeah. A lot of the times when people bring up the whole tax thing in MGTOW, guys, they say that, they mention that the tax thing is like a benefit, but because of the divorce, it'll end up costing you more. So
Yeah,
as long as you don't get a divorce, I see what you
they're
mean.
nice, right? Yeah,
But also, uh, you know what a cost benefit analysis is, correct?
yes.
You know what that is? Okay, okay.
Hmm.
So, we what I'll tell you this. Basically, what I want you to do when it comes to making the whole decision of whether or not to get married,
Yeah,
my opinion would be to do like because if you're religious, I do respect that. Even though I'm not exactly entirely religious, but if you are, okay, that's your belief. You're more than welcome to practice that. Basically, if
hmm,
you can just like get married in the religious aspect, do it legally. So if a divorce has happened, the law can't really mess with you. If there's a way to work that out, I'm not a lawyer, nor am I a Christianity expert. So that
hmm.
would be something for you to look into. But do a cost benefit analysis, because here's the thing, your life story is not the same as my life story. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe MGTOW isn't the right thing for every single person. Maybe it's not, and that's okay. Maybe it's not the right thing for you. Maybe you can draw some principles from it, but maybe you shouldn't follow the lifestyle, if you will, about MGTOW. That's all right. But all I ask is that you conduct that the cost benefit analysis. Like, okay, is it worth the investment? Which option is safer? Is it really worth? Is the tax benefit? Is it really worth it, considering the risk that is placed upon me? The chances of a divorce. If a divorce
yeah,
happens, what will happen? What will if it happens? What is it? You know what I mean? Like, what if it does happen? How likely is it to happen? And if it does happen, what will I lose from it? That's
yeah,
like the main reason that I've chosen to not get married, is because, like you said, there's the tax benefit. That's a very valid point. But then again, at the same time, if I'm looking at it from my aspect, uh, I wouldn't find it to be worth it because of the risk of it happening, of a divorce
hmm,
happening. Because if a divorce does happen, then you have a whole to worry about. And then at that point, the tax benefit is nothing compared to the possible child support or the alimony or the legal fees I have to pay. It's like a tax, to me, that at that point, a tax benefit, it seems nothing to me. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so basically, the main point would be, okay, so what's financially more responsible, and what are the odds, right? You're going to play against the odds, or are you going to side with them? So, Aliens mentions
Mhm.
marriage is useless if adultery is legal. She can opt out of marriage at any time, deny husband sex, have an abortion without husband's consent. Okay, well, I mean, you know the logistics of banning adultery, because back then in the 60s it wasn't banned, but it was less likely. Why? Because the society condemned it. The second that you try to condemn something that's a temptation to people, they start revolting. So like, with prohibition, there was moonshining, there's bootlegging, all sorts of things. So I would say that, okay, fine, if there's not enough financial benefits, well, then what are you going to do to support a family, right? Because, okay, so granted, the problems that we
Mhm.
face nowadays is bad, but I mean, if you just look like, okay, try to be an Italian farmer in 1854, like you're screwed anyways, even if the law's on your side. So I think that, you can't ban certain things that are legal now. Social condemnation is needed. And if you can't, well, then it's too late. I mean, what are you going to do? Not have kids and die off, right? So that's my point.
Okay. All right. Then also, I'm not sure if Ricardo, if you saw Prince's Powers point that he mentioned. He said that's a loss disguised. He said that that's a loss disguised as a win. And he's asking, how much do you think it costs to support a woman for life plus kids minus the tax perks? That is true.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that the tax perks kind of, that it can't account for. It doesn't. I don't believe, I'm not a tax expert. I just know that there's like a tax benefit basically that you get.
Yes.
You get some tax deducted, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure if they look into how much you spend. Oh, you spent $5,000 a month on your wife. You bought her all these lavish gifts, and you treated her so well. I don't think they do that, right? Because I'm not an expert. I don't think they do that. Do they?
No, of course not. But I mean, I think that
Okay, I think
okay.
so.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, the point is that you're taking care of a woman, right? That's a financial liability. Yes, but that's kind of the point. You want a housewife, don't you? Right? You don't want her like working, putting your kids through daycare and all that, right? So if you're gonna say that it's a financial loss, well, I mean, so be it. Better my kids be, raised by somebody who doesn't work like a wage than being working outside of school. I mean, while the kids are at daycare.
Okay, so you say you plan on having kids and that. So basically, you would have like a stay-at-home type of wife, is what you're saying?
Oh, no, yeah, no, it's great. It's great. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you would probably want to listen to that. That would also be a benefit since you want to do
Hmm.
that. Since you're looking at doing that cost analysis, the risk thing, and all that type of stuff. Besides the tax thing, that would be another benefit you could add. But like you
Yeah.
said, it's a little bit difficult finding someone who's willing to be a housewife. That might be a bit difficult, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's very unlikely. So, see, that's why I'm holding out for a while,
Mhm.
obviously. Meandering around in high school won't help, obviously.
True. Yeah,
Just
I do have to
poisoning the
respect that.
well.
I really do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good. I do have to admit, it's really, really good that you're doing something in high school. Even though you don't know where you're gonna go, and that's okay. It's okay to not know where to go. Lots of guys still don't know. That's fine.
Mhm.
But you're doing something. You're taking AP classes. You're looking into stuff. You have an idea, and that's pretty good. There are tons of guys who don't even try at all, and you're a lot more farther than a ton of other guys. So even though I don't exactly personally agree with your stance on getting married, I will have to. I respect your opinion. I definitely respect the fact that you're clearly a lot more farther than lots of other guys. You've
Sure.
looked into MGTOW content, so you know a little bit more clearly about other men. You also are making more decisions about your career. So that's something that I really like about your future. So you definitely have some good things coming ahead for you, Everardo.
Thank you.
But yeah, you're welcome. I can tell. But so for the marriage thing, uh, how exactly do you want to like? What's your family stance on it? Do they tell you? Do they like bring it up? Like, hey, you can get a girlfriend yet? Do they do that to you? I'm just curious to know.
I mean,
Like,
that's
does your
more of a
family bring
joke,
it up?
though. Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of like a joke. I mean, um,
Mhm.
yeah, no, it's an
Okay.
interesting complex. It's an interesting idea because half my family's, straight up like in Mexico, right? So if I marry a white girl, then that's gonna be incompatible. So yeah, I think that race plays a part of it too. Being able to speak Spanish is important. They obviously would rather me do that than have some American, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay,
Hmm.
okay. All right, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Another question I would be allowed to ask you. This is just like a random weird question. For having kids, are you gonna like have like are you gonna have your own biological kids, as in you're gonna have sex with your wife and have your own kids? Or are you going to adopt foster kids and just do it from there? What do you guys plan on doing, or what do you plan on doing?
Okay, well, so theoretically, if we're both fertile, I would rather have my own kids, right? But yeah, I mean, anybody who isn't fertile should adopt them anyways. I think for the most part, yeah. See, the thing is that you think like vaguely there must be thousands of orphans, but I don't know how many there are actually. So,
Okay. All
hmm.
right, I see what you mean. Well, I'm my parents adopted me, so I may be a little bit biased. But
Oh
if I
wow.
were to if I were to have, yeah, I may be a little bit biased, just saying. But
Yes.
if I were to be in your position, I would adopt. But hey, I understand where you come from. You know, maybe I'm biased. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
That's just my take. You know, if I were you, I would adopt, because, you know, I'll be honest with you. Having kids, you know, even if I were to get married, I don't know. Like, let's say that we were to live in a perfect world, you know, where, okay, not say perfect. We don't live in a perfect. Let's say we lived in a world where everything was the same except for the divorce, as in, I wouldn't lose my crap, like half my crap, and I wouldn't, you know, have all this stuff to worry about if I were to get a divorce. But everything else would have stayed the same. Right now, look, I really wouldn't, if I were to have a wife, I wouldn't have kids, uh, period,
Okay.
because I think that it's just kind of the world right now. The world right now, it's not. I wouldn't want to bring, how do I word this properly without sounding weird. I wouldn't want to bring in kids to the world when there's already other kids. That's why I was sort of asking about having kids and adoption, because even without considering the fact that I was adopted, when you look into, like, the way I see it is that our world is already kind of just messed up and weird, and bringing more children into it, to me, doesn't exactly make sense when I can already just take in people who are already born. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
those
Yeah. I
people
see.
who are already born, you know what I mean? They're already there, so you might as well take them under your wing, as
Well,
opposed to
yeah.
having your own kid. You understand what I'm saying? That's the reason I
Yeah.
was asking that.
Well, at least raising kids, I think, is the main part with like my thing. It's more so because if you just stay alone with no kids, then you're not helping the game out too much. So at least you'd be adopting, and helping out the society. Because also, financially speaking, if there's not enough of a birth rate, then Social Security, the dependency ratio would be jacked. Yeah, a lot of Medicare stuff would be completely ruined. The whole thing would be bankrupt sooner than it is now, which is in like 30 to 40 years. So yeah, so at the very least, you should be raising kids, as a man.
Okay. All right. I see what you mean. And another question that I'd like to ask. So,
Wait. Can
you
you give me
know
a minute?
that it is true that I'm sorry. Okay,
Can I have a minute real quick? Yeah. Okay.
just a second, guys. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Looks like everyone needs to take a little quick break. That's all right, guys. Oh boy, what's going on here? Haven't checked in the live chat for a while. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Hey, saying hello to Traversable Philosophy. Saying hello to my good friend Kevin. And Battle Mode 01182. How are you guys? Hope you're all doing well. I'm talking with my good friend Everardo here. He just took a break. I guess he went to the bathroom or something because he had to take a piss. It all happens to us.
All right,
Uh,
back. Yeah. Okay. So what was the
okay, you're
question?
back. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, oh yeah. So the question that I was going to ask you. So you do realize that, you know, when we look into the divorce statistics, that things are in favor of for the guy, correct?
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, and you say that you do plan on getting married.
Yeah.
If a divorce were to happen after marriage, you know, after say 4 years, which is when they most commonly occur, what will you do? And I know it's a very hard question because the nature of a divorce, the conditions are dynamic. There is no, you know, one size fits all. Every case is different. I understand that, but what's the
Yeah.
general plan if a divorce happened? You know what I mean? That's what I like to know.
Um, that's a good question. I mean, fuck. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, because
Yeah.
wow. Um, so in order to win half custody, in today's society, you would need good lawyers, and then you'd have to bleed financially pretty bad,
Mhm.
and then you'd have to give your wife a ton of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, now, oh my gosh, yeah,
Yeah.
fuck.
You never
Yeah.
considered that before? Or
Oh yeah, no, I did, but I mean, I'm just wondering because, okay, what are the odds of that not
okay.
happening? Maybe 25%? Yeah. So, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I'd have to hemorrhage money and then be like, okay, probably not gonna get remarried anytime soon. Odds are even worse then.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wait, so if you were to get married and if you were to get a divorce, would you get married again, or would you just
Oh,
just not?
no, the odds are like doubly as bad, honestly, and I don't think that mixed families are good, anyways.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
those are
But
trash.
yeah, though, one step of advice that I would give you in any life situation, regardless, if you're planning for college or tech school or whatever, if you're planning for marriage, even if it's just vacation, prepare for the worst and get ready for the worst. And that
Yep.
means divorce, marriage. So if you
Mhm.
do get married, like I said, I don't recommend it. Lots of guys that recommend it, mostly for the legal aspect of it. But
Yes.
if you do decide to get married, I just ask that you try to protect yourself as much as you can. Stay on top of things. Look out for red flags, and try to. I believe it might be easier if you initiate it, but I'm not sure. You need to look into that because I'm not a divorce lawyer expert person. But basically, be on the lookout for like, hey, things might turn south real soon, or stuff like that. And
Uh-huh.
I don't know, just prepare for the worst. That's all I can really say. Like me, I wouldn't get married at all. But if that's if you do plan to do it, that's all right. I don't recommend it, but that's your choice, man. All right. Just wish you the best if that does happen.
I know. I mean, see, it's hard to think from the perspective of like a guy who's maybe, because these guys are mentioning they're millennials and also, they could say, you don't really know what's going to happen. And that's the entire point. But I mean, maybe I haven't taken enough of a black pill yet. So, see, okay. So,
Mhm. Okay.
a good friend of mine had his wife cheat on him on their honeymoon. Love doesn't work the way that a man would be led to believe. I can assure you of that. Okay. That's terrible. Jesus. Um, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Even one child puts you $250,000 further away from financial independence. Yeah, but you wouldn't have financial independence if you had nobody to take over anyway. So it's just an absorbed cost. Battle mode says bad for the kid, but for the guy, somewhat bad unless he has help with the kid. Yeah, of course. Where do I live?
Mhm.
Yeah, I live in Arizona. Okay.
Oh, Arizona. I thought you said Kansas.
No,
Wait, did you mention
no,
Kansas
I meant
earlier?
I meant out of state would be Kansas, like in the middle of nowhere.
Oh,
Yeah,
God. I feel so
boring.
dumb.
Oh, hell no.
I got it so far off.
Yeah,
You live in Arizona. Oh, Kansas. My fault. You live in Arizona.
yeah.
Dude, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb, dude. I thought I thought you said in-state and you said Kansas. I so off. So off. Hey, where does he live? He lives in Kansas, and I live in Arizona. I have no idea how. I apologize. You live in Arizona. I see. I see. But Everard, I do have to ask you though. Do you what like so you've heard stories of guys they've gotten married and say later on it doesn't work out. Like basically here's the idea: they get married and everything's nice and dandy. The guy gets plenty of sex before the marriage. Everything's working out great. There's no problems, no nag or not too much nagging. And then after marriage, the amount of sex it tends to dwindle on down just a few times, if any time a
Exactly.
year, and it just tends to get worse. Are you concerned about that happening? Because I would be if I were getting married. Are you concerned about
Because
that?
no, because basically what you just said was sex would be what do you call it? Yeah, sex before marriage, and that's the exciting part, the honeymoon period, and right after the marriage, they would be having a lot of sex. But that I think that should, under Christianity, that should be less and less relevant with time, right? In a marriage. So, you compensate by just waiting, and then by waiting, you have that less of a temptation to have sex with other people. So I think that kind of takes off the pressure out of that issue, I guess.
All right, all right. Fair enough aspect. Fair enough aspect. And I honestly, if I were to get married, I don't know if I would be concerned about sex either, because I feel like that now my whole perspective on the whole thing is changing. Because if you recall earlier, I was talking about how I don't exactly agree with the whole pump and dump thing that some of the PUA, the red pill artists, whatever they talk about. I see where they're coming from, but I don't exactly care about it, to be honest, because I've been looking into the whole idea of semen retention. I don't know if you heard of it or if you care of it, but the general idea is that try to not nut as long as you can, and like lots of famous people have practiced it. So I'll give it a shot, see for what it's worth, and see how it works out for me. But right now I'm that sex is like it's like you should only use it for making kids, and you should just enjoy life. Stop using the short instant pleasure things like sex is a short instant pleasure, and worry more about the long term stuff. If that makes sense. I mean, that's the stuff that I'm thinking going with. So I understand where you're coming from. So with that aspect, so yeah, that's a good answer. I'd agree with you on that. Another question that I would be asking you, excuse me, is about change, like the change in your partner, because we all know, yeah, people will change without a doubt. Hopefully, they'll change over the course of time. But what happens if your partner changes for the worse? And at that point, you're kind of locked in. Like maybe let's say theoretically, the partner you were with, they were nice in the beginning, but mean to you in the end. And the reason that I mention this is because I read this book, a PDF. Um, I don't remember exactly what it's called. I have to go to my iPad and pull it up. But basically, it was this PDF book, and it was written by not a sociologist, not a psychologist. It was written by a housewife. And basically,
Okay.
what happened was that she found after a couple years of her marriage was okay. Her marriage was perfectly fine. But
Mhm.
after a couple years, she was actually resentful of her husband. She was unhappy. And she started to research this. And she interviewed like over 100 women, and she interviewed like 70 men. And at the
Mhm.
end, she actually met with some marriage experts, relationship human experts, and psychologists and whatnot, sociologists from some universities. I believe it was in the California area. I can't recall what university, because I know it was in California. And
Mhm.
basically, she came to the conclusion that a lot of the times women, their idea of marriage and getting married, that's what it's not the same reality of it. In other words, women, they focus more on the act of getting married. They worry about the big day, the actual wedding ceremony, the honeymoon. They don't prepare for the marriage in and of itself. They just
Okay.
prepare for the wedding day, and they prepare for the honeymoon and all the whole act. You know what I mean? And then
Okay.
later on, they say, "Hey, marriage isn't what I want it to be," and then they turn resentful towards their husband. That type of stuff happens. So if that does happen, what exactly are you going to do if that does happen?
Yeah, see, I see a pattern with what you're saying. I don't know if you thought about this before, like through the point of view, but if you think about like
Mm-hmm.
how a woman thinks, it'd be, more a man's more rational, whereas a woman is more emotional. So she gets emotional about, oh, well, it'll be beautiful if I get married with a nice ceremony and such a good home life, and I won't have to like clean shit out of a baby's ass all the time, right? But that's what happens. It's the reality. So then when a woman's faced with that and she sees,
Yes.
oh, well, my husband isn't as good looking as he was when he was 25 and now he's 35, and I'm less attractive now, and regular guys aren't paying attention to me.
Right.
Husband is just coming home and he expected me to cook a meal, but I just want to go shopping. A woman starts idealizing stuff, and when it's not met, she starts resenting all the little characteristics that she didn't appreciate before. So like, oh well, the husband is
Correct.
inconsolable. He's kind of an asshole. Maybe always gaining weight, stuff like that. But the guy doesn't really think about.
Everard, are you there? Hello? Gerardo, are you there? I was going to wait for him to come back. I'm not sure where he went to. Hope he's still there. All right. I think we lost. Excuse me. I think that we lost Everardo. His mic just got cut off for a little bit. We're gonna wait till he comes back. In the meantime, guys, I'm gonna try to find that. What's it called? I'm gonna try to find you guys that link to the PDF document I was telling you guys about. I'll try to find the link to that and put it in the live chat for you guys to check out and read for yourselves. It is Michelle. That's right. Okay, but I'm not sure what happened to his microphone. Everard, are you still there, buddy? I'm not sure what happened. We're just gonna wait for Everard to come back, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. Are you back? I can't hear you. Let me see. Let me see if I could find it. No, I don't see him. I don't hear him. Do you guys hear him? Oh well. Technical difficulties, guys. Give us a second. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so let me see if I can find that article in the meantime. It's called Rotating Polyandry and Its Enforcers. Polyandry. Yeah, that's it right there. That's what I'm looking for. Hey, Kyle Andrews, how are you, my friend? Glad that you're in the. Glad that you made it to the live stream. Hold on a second. Right now, I'm trying to talk to Everardo Mercado, and so I can't, dude. I can't hear you. Hold on a second. Is your volume muted? Um, dude, you should be. Guys, can you hear him? Hold on a second. Let me see. Dude, you should be. Guys, can you hear him? Yeah, I can hear him, guys. Hold on a second. Let me see. What the heck? I don't know what the heck happened. Hold on, Everardo, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Try exiting the call and maybe come back into it. There's a link that I posted earlier. Go back up to that link. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Can I copy it? No. Yeah, try to leave the call and come back in, Everardo. Like, go back up to that link that I sent you and come back into it. But yeah, dude, I'm trying to get that thing.
Hello.
Oh, okay, there you are. Can you hear me?
All right. Wow. Yeah, I can.
I don't know what happened, but whatever. Yeah, you're. I don't remember where you got cut off. I was gonna say, hey, you got cut off here, but then I forgot because I was trying to fix that. So I'm sorry, but you got cut off somewhere when you were talking about whatever it was you were talking about. So
Yeah, I
you want
was
to just
saying
basically
that.
restate what you just said?
Yeah. So I was saying that since women are more emotional, they see little like things that aren't the dream that they have, and then they just slowly get more resentful against what isn't that dream, and that would be the guy, I guess, that they put the anger onto. And yeah, that's for
Correct.
most women. Some put the blame on the kid, but usually that doesn't really happen. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's part of the divorce.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the issues with divorce is the money. So if you say, oh, wow, my guy isn't making enough money, but if he isn't making enough money, then he works. And if he works, then he's not with me. And then, it's a bunch of bullshit. So that's a big problem. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Hustler
So
Nature says, are you going to marry a non-virgin woman? No, I think she has to be a virgin, I'd say. Even, see, the more I know about this stuff, the less I think I'm going to be able to find a woman like this. So, like, even if I think that theoretically I could get married, odds are I'm not, so.
okay. I'm gonna be posting the link to that whatever it's called, Rotating Polyandry and Its Enforcers. I'll
Wow.
be posting a link to that in the live chat so that you and other people can take a look at that real quick in a
All right.
second.
Yeah, because if you were to ask me how many hot girls from my high school aren't virgins, I don't know, honestly. A woman's resentment stems from a multitude of things, but the man always has to bear the brunt of it. Yeah, usually.
Okay, there we go. Okay,
All right,
that's
yeah,
up there.
that's a
Okay.
dissertation. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Wait, do I have the screen share on? Or is that you? Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, okay. Another question though. So, Everino, I would like to know. So, if hypothetically, so you say you want to get married, if hypothetically you were to go the MGTOW route and you were to just like stay single forever or something like that, or basically not get married, what would life be like for you if you were to do that? Like, what would you plan it out to be like?
Okay. Well, I suppose that if I, let's say, work 9 to 5, so 40 hours a week, then I presume I do 50 hours of sleep, so it's 90 out of 128 hours a week, right? So no, 168, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's about half of the time right there, working and sleeping. Then I have less than half of that to do free stuff, right? Um yeah, I think it'd just be mostly hobbies. Maybe like you see, I wish there was a politician to be able like to fix the rules, with the legal system. So I mean, if I had free time to run for
Mhm.
Congress or something, I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Because you need to fill your time in somehow.
Could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. True.
I shouldn't be
Okay.
playing video games in
Do
my
you
30s, yeah.
right, I
Mhm.
see where you're coming from. Okay, let's say that you were to do that whole single or whatever path, the MGTOW path, where you don't engage in marriage. Maybe you date or whatever now, but no marriage. Would that be better to you? Would you think that would be better in a cost benefit analysis perspective? Would that better to you than marriage?
Um, if you're just looking at the individual's net worth and not any like uh legacy type of money, any type of familial type of structure, I suppose that if I was making six figures a year and only spending it on myself, yeah, you'd be a lot better off, I suppose. But the drawbacks being no kids at all, no legacy really, in terms of bloodline. So, yeah, I guess theoretically,
Okay.
yeah.
Would you be able? Would you like consider maybe just adopting kids or something like that? Maybe there, I think there's a way that you can have you. So you said that maybe you want to have your own kids, and that's okay. I respect that. I respect your opinion. If you, so I think there's a way where you can like sign some papers and basically you pay a woman to like have a kid for you, but she's not going to be like the wife. I forgot what the term was called, but basically there's no way in hell that she's forced to do it because like there's like a bunch of legal papers involved and nothing can go wrong. But basically, it's your kid, but she's not going to raise it. She just has the kid for you, and you pay her to do it. Would
Oh,
you do that? Would that be an option you'd be interested in? Or to do that? Would you like try that out?
it's such an uncharted waters type thing. I mean, like imagining not being raised by a
Right.
mother at all, I think would be really, really new. I mean, that's like you might as
That's
well be
fair. That's a
raised by
fair
like gay parents. I like who's
point.
done
Yeah.
that before? Yeah, I don't know. Like what does it feel like to be 9 years old and it's just your dad around and
Yeah.
stuff like
Fair
that?
point.
Yeah, be really weird.
Okay, that's actually a fair point. I never
Yep.
thought of that. Okay. Okay. Would you be able to? Okay, let me ask now. This is something that you would have to come because I don't have an answer to this, so I'm going to ask you. If you were to have kids as a single parent, how would you find a way to like maybe work in a female influence? Because we need a little bit of a balance of a motherly, like a motherly figure, and we need a little bit of a balance
Hmm.
of a fatherly figure. And of course, now in modern America, I'm not sure about other countries, but in modern America, we're seeing that the lack of a fatherly figure in the household has led a lot of kids to resorting to gang violence, to drugs, and a lot of other bad things that are taking them down bad paths. So it's vice versa. Without a motherly figure, things can turn pretty bad. Like you said, that's a very valid point. I've never considered before, so I'll give you credit for that. Would you be able to create a way where you could be like a single guy, like a single dad, but also work in a mother like influence? Would you be able to do that if you were to like go the MGTOW way, but also raise kids? Could you like work that out?
Um, no, I've never seen that. I mean, I don't see a lot of single dads that have sole custody of children, and I think that, like the popular example of men being led by other men, I think is Fight Club. And if you've seen that movie, have you?
I want to, but no, I have not actually. I'll
No,
watch
yeah.
it this
So
summer.
yeah, Brad Pitt basically leads a cult of men, and that goes batshit insane, like regiments up the wazoo. I don't. Yeah, I don't see being like both parents at the same time. You see how single mothers do it, and they're terrible. So I don't know how men could do it.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand what you mean. So yeah, that's a yeah, but like you said, without the mother influence, without a motherly figure, it's not going to be good for the kid. So yeah, you're right on that. That's a fair point. So yeah, so basically, if you want kids, but there's really no good way, with any good way to do it as a single male father. So I mean, I guess the only way for anything to work out for you is through marriage, correct? With what you want.
Yeah, from what I know, more or less marriage at least. A long-term bond.
More or less marriage. Okay.
Yeah, LCR.
Okay. Is Also, I'm just wondering, do you think that kids are going to be worth the financial legal burden that it places on you in a
Totally. I
marriage?
mean, yeah, in the macroeconomic sense, without children, you like look 50 years in the future and there's nothing bright about it. So I'd be a hypocrite if I had no children and then expected everybody else's children to prop me up as an old man, honestly. Because most old people
Fair
nowadays,
enough. So,
yeah, most people live off the government anyway, so you need workers for it, and if you don't have the descendants, then who's gonna do it then?
okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. That's fair enough. So, like, you're basically saying that you also want to have kids because you want to have lifelong like kind of fulfillment, and also you want
Yeah.
them to like take care of you, and you also just want to, are you saying that also that we're kind of all screwed in the end? Like we're gonna at some point have a horrible, not horrible, but our lives will be kind of just suck, I guess, because we're older. Is that what you're trying to get at?
No, I mean, if you look at Social Security, which is when you get a payroll tax on what you make, to then be like the government basically owns your own retirement because most people aren't responsible enough to own their own retirement. Nowadays, if there's not enough young people paying that payroll tax for the future, then it just implodes on itself, and then people are going to be destitute. That's why you see 70-year-old people working as greeters for Walmart. It's because you're not responsible enough fiscally. So if you just have no
Mhm.
kids, then who's going to be propping up those old people? You might as well just like let them, just die out, I guess. So that's why you need young workers.
Mhm.
That's gonna be a
Okay.
yeah, Japan has those problems now, it's gonna get worse because the population is going down right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Japan has their own set of problems. They have their herbivore men and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, I
Yes.
see. And also, by the way, battle. I want to point out that battle mode 01182 is saying that as a single father, you just have the grandmother taking care of the kid when you're at work. He said they'll solve the issue for you. What do you say to that?
A grandmother. Um,
Yeah, that's
Obviously
what he
depends
says.
on who
So
it is,
what do you say
depends.
to that?
Yeah, I mean, if you're lucky, if you have a young enough, grandmother figure because obviously, like, for example, like my grandma is like 76, my other grandma's dead and such. So I think that it'd be like, you have to be lucky to have a mother that would take care of your grandchildren, be able to, number one, be young enough, number two, and number three, you'd be able to, be next to, close to where the grandmother lives and all that, you'd be lucky. So maybe that
Mhm.
could work better than just being a single father, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm so. Oh, by the way, Everardo, I think I meant. Did I say grandmother? I think he meant like when he said grandmother. I think he meant like your mom being
Oh,
his grandmother or her grandmother. I think that's what he meant. I think that's what he meant. My fault.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's say if my mom's 43 and I'm 16, and let's
Yeah.
say I have a kid at
Mhm.
30, right? And then
Yeah.
that'd be my mom would be in her 50s. So yeah, okay. See, so my mom would be young enough to take care of a kid at that point. But if your mom had you at 45
Mhm.
and then you had another 30 years, she's in her 70s, and that's way too late. So yeah, you'd be lucky if you could. Yeah. So
Okay.
battle
If
mode
let's say
said
that
he's seen it,
things,
so
let's say if you were to be lucky. Okay, so basically, if you were to see, like, if the conditions and everything aligned perfectly, and maybe say you're at the point, like, okay, should I get married? Should I not get married? Should I just stay single, have kids, have my mom take care of them, and your mom would be able to take care of them? Would you
mhm.
just have your mom take care of them? Would you do that?
Um,
You would? Okay, that's
maybe. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Maybe. Uh, that's
Maybe.
yeah, very hard question, right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I were you, to be honest.
Yeah. Hmm. I mean,
Okay,
that's what a lot of millennials
all
do
right, that's fair
anyways,
enough.
right? You have your trashy like single mother 20-year-old
Yeah,
dropping them
yeah, that's
off
what
at
a
the
lot of people do.
grandma. Oh, yikes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, battle mode
Yeah,
has seen it before probably.
yes, yes, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, he's absolutely right. Also,
Hmm.
hustler nature says that biologically most men want wife and kids, but we have to adapt to the actual situation. That's what MGTOW is. So I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure that most of the guys in here want like a wife and they want to have kids. I want to have a wife and kids. Like I every now and then slip into a daydream of like what it would be like to be not MGTOW and to live in like that whole fantasy world of everything being
Yes.
perfect. Like I want to have a wife. I want to have kids and get married, but I'm not like it's a rational thing. It's a rational fight with with my biology and my natural intuition. I want to
Yes.
get married. Like my instinct is to hey, smash this girl, have kids. And I also want to just I'm just happy with it. Like I want to be able to like raise kids, and like you said, I want to have some succession to my bloodline, something like that.
Yeah, it's like college.
I'm
It's
pretty
like
sure we all want.
yeah. Like most people go to college because it's kind of automatically what you do as like an 18-year-old, right? So it's kind of like that. But most people that go to college are screwed anyways, right? Because they pick the wrong career, etc. I think that's kind of like marriage to an extent.
Yeah, yeah. That's sort of what it's like. Yeah. Sometimes we don't even question it. We just do it just because. You know what I mean? Hey, everyone else
Yes.
getting married, so why shouldn't we get married?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Okay, so Alien
Yeah, I
says
got you. I get what you're saying.
if I was in high school, I would make a top 10 list of women and start asking them out from 1 to 10. Isn't that kind of contradictory to the whole, doctrine, right? To ask out 10 women in high school?
Well, like you are you talking about MGTOW?
Yeah.
No. I don't think it would be. I mean, as long as it's like nothing like marriage or long term, I mean, it should be fine. You can do it, if you want to.
Yeah.
I've actually considered dating in high school. There was this. Well, first of all, I'm glad I didn't do it because, like, here's the thing. I don't like the thing is for me right now. My current idea, my current philosophy with it is I'm not going to chase after girls.
Mhm.
However, like I'm not going to go out of my way to just date them. I'm not going to be like, hey, I'm going to walk you to class every single time. I have some friends who do that,
Yeah.
and I
They
just
cuck.
don't
They
see the
cuck.
value.
Yes.
Quite honestly, I don't see the value in walking them out of class. Yeah, but like, look, here's the thing: if this girl has classes with me, like lots of classes with me,
Mhm.
if I feel that she's gonna work out, like everything's gonna work out, then yes, I probably will.
Yeah.
However, there was this one girl, right? Real quick, I'll tell you. Let's have a little bit of a story time, right? So in
Cool,
eighth grade, I
cool.
got one itis for this girl. Ninth grade, in like one of my classes, and that was it. Then on top of that, She started out. I would even say it wasn't like declared to be dating, but you could tell that they were pretty close. They were hanging out with each other, so obviously they're more than just friends. Anyways, see, like I made it now. Like, okay, look, I gotta do something. Either I ask her out or not. And I made the analysis. I only have one class with her. I don't even see her anywhere throughout the day. She's hanging out with another guy, and it's not worth it. On top of that, when I found out who she was hanging out with, I just like kind of I saw her as a less better option because if I were a dad and I saw my daughter hanging out with that type of guy, I wouldn't be
Exactly.
happy. That's the type of guy
Yeah.
she was hanging. You know what I mean? So that should say something about her choice, what she likes in a guy, and obviously, if that's her decision, that's her decision. That's okay. I'm not gonna like get mad over her decision. But it's the way things are. So basically I left it at that. And now, he dropped out of the class to do some course recovery when we were in school, he dropped out to do some other course
Mhm.
recovery because he's guys with no path in life, if you will. Like you can kind of he's like one of like
Yes.
I feel bad, but he's kind of like a fuck boy, to be honest with you. I don't want
Yeah.
there I said it, I really feel bad for saying it truly and honestly, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? So
Mm.
yeah, you just got to make those types of decisions and all type of stuff. Like I'll date when like if it comes. If it doesn't come, all right. Like I don't really care. Like high school relationships, they come and go like the wind.
Yes.
People change all the time. The person might actually be legit in the beginning, But next thing you know, she's changed, and now she's hanging out with the wrong
Yes.
group of kids, and now you got to break up. You know what I mean? That can't happen. And the girls, they do have an advantage over us. In high school, girls are now approaching their peak. Guys are just starting puberty. Some guys are just starting off puberty. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're just starting to actually get our SMV, our sexual market value, our appeal, our attractivity. It's just starting to go up for girls. They've been this way for a decent amount of time now. And now they're approaching their peak, so they already have a pretty good advantage. And on top of that, I was like a freshman, so I wasn't only competing against the freshmen. I was competing against all the other upperclassmen as well,
Yeah, I
which
fucking hate
can
that
also be a
too.
challenge.
Yeah, the upperclassmen they go for the freshmen. It's disgusting. Oh my gosh, yeah. Ugh.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Hold on a second. Hey, excuse me real quick. I don't know why, but my left nostril, it's just, I need to go blow it real quick. Give me a second.
All right, all right, all right.
Holy shit. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm back. I'm surprised with how little stuff is in there. It feels like there's glue in there because you can't breathe. And then next
Mm-hmm.
thing you blow it out, like 2 drops freaking come out. Like, I'm disappointed. I'm
Oh,
amazed by how little mucus causes so much blockage. I'm
yep.
trying to talk to you, and I'm like, oh, you see, and I'm like trying to like sniff every single second. It's so miserable.
Very narrow in
But
there. Yeah.
like I'm
Okay.
saying, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I
yeah. Like
have
I
a
said, I
similar
don't.
experience
That's
to
the
you.
whole sense of dating in high school.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
with the
yeah, yeah, I
whole
know.
dating thing in
And
high
then
school, it's really
but
black
yeah,
pill.
the idea. What's that?
Oh, I mean, I have my own like sort of story too. I mean, with like the women in high school,
Okay,
the more you get to know them, the more slutty you think they are because like this Jehovah Witness girl, you think, okay, well she's really innocent,
that's
and it's
true.
like, oh, so and so got caught sucking off like a senior, I guess, in the back of the gym, and it's the same Jehovah Witness woman, and I think, okay, so nobody's safe. Even the Mormons might be dipping into it, it's a very edgy. They tell me, oh, so and so girl's a groupie for the lacrosse team, all sorts of things. So, I mean, I really like doubt all the women, really, honestly. I like, you can only trust so many of them in high school. And that's when they're young. That's like when they're
Right.
15 or 16, and
Yeah.
God only knows in their 20s.
True.
Yeah.
That's true. There was this so I think it was a Snapchat page. It was like basically all the nudes in the school, all the fights, all the good stuff, all the fights, all the nudes put into Twitter. I don't have any social media besides Twitter, and that's not even
Mhm.
that's for MGTOW Academy. It's not a personal thing. So I don't have any
All right.
personal social media. I was just curious, like, hey man, can you show me the nudes and the fights on Snapchat? So my friends are showing it to me. Like dude, like you'll be surprised how many hoes are at the school. There's this one girl, I thought she was kind of cute, and then
Mm-hmm.
she hangs out with this other guy. So, but still, I was like, yeah. The next thing you know, first of all, I saw her nudes on there. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Second of all, in 8th grade, my friend told me, hey, so I know a friend. We're gonna call this friend M. Okay. So they
Mm-hmm.
say, hey, M is getting sucked off in the bathroom by some girl. I was like, okay, who's the girl? I don't know. All right. Well, remember that girl who I told you that I thought was kind of cute? It was that girl.
Uh,
So you learn a new
yeah.
thing every day. They look innocent to you at first. I was like, yeah, she doesn't seem like a hoe. She just looks cute. Nah, she's like the
In eighth
she's like
grade.
off the
Wow.
guy in the bathroom in 8th grade.
Yep.
Not
I know.
innocent. She's not innocent. So you're absolutely right with that. And then there was
Cold
another
world.
the other girl that I knew. Actually not surprised. I was not surprised with her because the thing back in 8th grade, I've mentioned her before in a couple of live shows because like it's just amazing. She went through in 1 month. 1 month has 4 weeks. She went through
Yes.
4 guys in 1 month. That's every week, and I'm just
I
saying,
scored.
you know what I
Yes.
mean?
Uh-huh.
High score, yeah, that's right, high score. And
Yeah.
the interesting, one of the interesting things about this, the first guy she dated, that was the same guy that the girl that I had one-itis for in that one class, or the first girl I was talking about, who I had that
Mm-hmm.
one class with, and I was like saying, hey, should I date her or not? That was the same guy she was hanging out with. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that alone in and of itself, I was like, oh, that's not good. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. It's hard to who to trust and who not to trust. Let me ask you a question. I don't know about you, but like I'm kind of wondering if it's like even worth it anymore with dating in general. Because the sad reality is that people, they just, you don't feel special. You know what I mean? Like, hey, congratulations, you're my you're my 50th boyfriend in
Yeah, it's
two
your
school year.
turn,
Like
bro.
how do you feel
Yeah.
special? Yeah, it's just your turn. So saying that that some MGTOW guys say it's just your turn, it truly applies in the high school environment. It's like
Yes.
like everyone's dating everyone. Guys, like I'm not like we're not innocent to this at all. Guys included. Sometimes it's even worse. We're like everyone's dating everyone, and everyone changes everything so quickly. So honestly,
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's worth dating because right now I could have easily dated that one I was because that guy actually dropped out of the class. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's like a I get the last laugh type because like basically now I'm happy, now I have all my friends, I'm doing pretty good in that class and I'm having an awesome time, and she's all alone by herself. Like literally I looked out the window one day and she's what like here's the thing, you know what it's like when you have that gut feeling like you're right but everything but it turns out to be wrong, but at the
Mm.
last moment is like, I was right all along. You ever, you know what I'm saying, like you get that feeling like, yeah, I was right all along, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the faster you get black pilled, the
Yeah,
faster you get over it, right? So,
yeah. So it was like that. You know what I mean? That's what it was like with that girl that I had one for. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, I was constantly doubting my gut feeling. My gut feeling was saying, "Don't go for it." But then I
mhm.
was having my doubts, and then at the end, I was like, you know what? I was right. Like every now and then, I just see, like I was walking. I was on the last day of class. I was just looking out the window, taking in the view, and I noticed someone walking. I was like, wait a minute, who's that? I'm like, yeah, it's her again. And she was just walking by herself. I was like, you could have
Mhm.
been with me, but you went with the other guy. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's how things turned out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's just really like, I don't know, man. Like you just think about the long term stuff, and it's not going to work out. That's kind of just discouraging. Like, oh
Yeah.
God, I should ask her out. Then next thing you know, you're like a couple months, couple weeks, maybe even, it'll be gone.
You
You know what
get
I'm saying?
you get the post nut clarity, I guess. I think that's like the term where you just like you
Correct.
snap right out of it. You think, "What the hell am I thinking?" Yeah. See,
Yeah.
if people could just operate
Yeah.
like that in general, I think that would be like just helping everybody out, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean with that. I see what you mean with that.
As long as you
So
don't give
did
them
you ever
power. Yeah.
like did you I'm sorry? I'm sorry, what were
No,
you
no,
saying?
keep going. No, keep going.
Oh, okay. No, I was asking if you've ever like had a girlfriend before. I'm just curious to know. Have you ever like had one or anything?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. I've had like 4 or 5, but that was I think up until maybe middle school because I think okay, so
Mhm.
I think yeah, no, I must have had like multiple girlfriends at that point, but that was like when nobody hit puberty at that point, and I think that up until maybe 8th
Yeah,
grade, I stopped
me
caring. I
too.
stopped
Yeah.
caring like in 9th grade. Yeah, because yeah, I was about to date this girl, but then I started realizing that she was such a like a slut, with everybody else, and you know, uh, yeah, I just decided
Right.
not to pursue it anymore. I just dropped it really fast, and yeah, because I just have a general mistrust with women, anyways. With the whole dating thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean. And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm not trying to like sound like I'm not trying to brag, but the thing is that like girl like so look, I'm not from like my dad's a doctor, okay, and
Mhm.
we're not. So the thing is like the girls, I've noticed that they kind of pay attention to me a little bit more, and it's for a couple
Right. Right.
reasons. And I feel like it's a little thing like I feel as if they're looking at me like a resource, like, oh, he's wearing this, and you know what I mean, like gold digger type of scenario. I get that feeling. You
Wait.
know what I
Do you
mean?
go to
That
a
like one day.
do, do you go to a rich school or is it middle class? Like, what is it?
No, I just go to a public high school.
Okay. Okay.
But it's in like a generally like it's like a mixture of rich and a mixture of poor. You get a mixture of everything, but
All right.
like it's clear like when we get like picked up, for example, I noticed that people look at us like you can like look at the car and like, oh, that person is rich or that person's poor. Girls do make that analysis. You can tell they do, and I
Mhm.
feel as if the attraction that I get from some are based off of that. So that's another thing. I don't like to bring it up because it sounds like, oh, I'm rich. I'm girls pay attention. I don't want to sound like that, but I
Yeah.
feel as if that is because I want to be appreciated for who I am as a person, not because my dad does this or my parents do this or because my parents drive this. I want to be appreciated for who I am as a person, and that's just a reality I can't deny. It is true. The more resources a man has or has access to, the higher the chances for his partner to survive because he has more resources.
It
It's
only
biological
yeah,
instinct. That's how it's been for all. You can't deny
yeah.
that.
It only gets worse with time because like now you think, oh, a girl likes me because I can drive, and that's a freshman, that's what the 14-year-olds think sometimes. But just give it time and it'll be, oh, this guy has so and so job. Oh, what do you do for a living? No, I mean like what salary do you get? Right? That's the whole like indirect question. And
Right.
yeah, I know what you're saying about the
Yes.
doctor thing because I have a lot of like because I remember going to Mexico like for Christmas and I have a cousin my age and she hooked me up with like
Mhm.
6 different girls. And I mean, I didn't do anything with them because I didn't feel like it, but yeah, because they think, oh well, he has citizenship, he knows English, he knows Spanish, he can hook me up with like a good life in
Oh,
America. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I guess if you have
Yeah,
a,
yeah.
a multicultural, background and you know people from like a third world country kind of, then like if you were Vietnamese and you went to Vietnam, you'd get more attention, because of that.
Right. True. True. That's absolutely right. Yeah, there's been stories of guys who are, they met some foreign woman or whatever, and then they liked them. They came to America, and next thing you know, divorce comes around the corner. Like, hey, what's up? And then
Yeah.
next thing you know, they get the citizenship, and then the marriage is done. Something like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I see what you mean. But wait, she hooked you up with 6 different girls, like all at once or individually. Like, what was that like? I'm just curious
Wait,
to know.
wait, what? Wait, what'd you say? The
you,
last
you
part for the
said that
question?
you were so your cousin hooked you up with like 6 different girls, correct?
Yeah. Oh,
Was it
okay.
like
So that
was it all at once, like an orgy, or was it like individually? I'm
no, no,
just
no, no,
curious.
no. Okay. So basically what happened is that my cousin lives in this like 10,000 person village and she's like the most popular person there in terms of girls. So basically she tells them all about me and then she presents me all of them, right? And then they all try to talk to me and then they all like I'm in a quinceanera, they're all looking at me. They're all wanting like the girls in Mexico are more conservative, right? So they wait for you to talk to them and they're just staring at me trying to like walking past me and I just don't give them attention and yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, no. The girls there aren't the type to really screw you like first date or anything like that. They're substantially less bad, I guess, but more hyper
Oh,
aggressive.
okay.
Yeah.
More at first. Okay. 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 I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, man. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. All right. So, yeah, I gotta. Yeah, the high school dynamic though, it's really interesting. Even though we're just in high school, you can compare
Mhm.
like a lot of MGTOW stuff to it. Even though we're
Yeah.
just in high school, there's so many
It's like a
interesting
little
things and
playground of
sources
it.
to analyze.
Yeah, and plus with the
It
whole
is.
yeah, with the high school thing, it's interesting because I don't know how big your school is, but mine's like about 60 like 2,000 people. And so everybody is like one or
Mhm.
two like have you heard of the 6 degrees of law or whatever? So that basically
6 degrees of law.
no, 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 6 degrees of like
No,
every
I'm not.
yeah, every person knows 6 people to the next person, right? So like for example, uh so me to Bill Clinton, like I know my cousin knows Bill Clinton, so that's 2 people, right? So I'm 2 degrees from Bill Clinton. Um, so by that
Okay.
logic, so let's say I know Stacy, Stacy knows Becky, Becky screwed my friend, so that's a
Okay.
couple degrees. So yeah, it's very local in the high school. So I think it's really interesting because you can really just go into who knows what and who screwed who. So I think that's, something that an advantage that you
Oh,
don't get
okay.
in the as an adult. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta treasure. I'll have to admit, you have to treasure your time in high school because the thing is that like you just go to school and your friends are there. You don't even like I don't even text my friends. I just see them the next day. You know, that when you're an adult, you have to make time out of work and everything just to meet up. You gotta like appreciate the moment. You know, sometimes I'm just sitting there daydreaming, and then I'm just like, man, I'm gonna miss these days in a couple years. And then hey, make what you daydreaming about. You know what I mean? It's kind of
Yes.
weird, but you just gotta appreciate it. By the way, I'm curious. Do you practice mindful meditation? Do you ever practice that?
No, I wouldn't have the patience for that
Oh,
anyways, you know.
you
I
don't
don't.
have patience for meditation. Like you just can't do it. Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
I get what
yeah,
you
no,
mean.
no, no. No, because a lot of people talk about what do you call it, mental health, but I don't, I'm not depressed or anything, so I don't see the need to.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
depressed either. The only reason I do is because it just helps me. Yeah, I don't know. It helps me like it's like a mental. I feel like I take a nap without
Mhm.
or I go to sleep, but without feeling tired. You know, because you're like your mind. It's like hitting the reset button. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. For me, I don't have depression, or I've never had it to begin with. It just helps me focus more. It helps me, if I ever need a reset, like, okay, this is too much for me, I can do it. I just need to, take a break, a quick break, a break that's going to help my mind get back on track. And then I'll just go and maybe meditate. You know, if I'm doing too much homework, I'll just go ahead and meditate for 10 minutes and I'm done. You know what I mean? It's like that.
Okay. I
And the
see.
whole idea is that, like, when is that you're like aware of your surroundings. Like the guy says, okay, breathe in and focus on your breathing pattern. And the breathing is like designed to like slow you down and calm you down. And he says,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like notice how clothing feels on your skin. Notice how your body is sitting or settling down into the chair or laying down on your bed. Because I lay down, so notice how your body feels in contact with the bed. Things like that. You know, that's what the whole idea of it is. Like, be aware of your surroundings in
Mm-hmm.
general. So that's like what makes me. That's the weird story of how I'm aware of things all the time. That's just a little thing I do. I don't know. Like it works for some people, maybe it doesn't. That's all right.
Okay. Interesting. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get
So
what you mean.
I see in the
It is
chat.
interesting.
I see in the chat that it says dungeon pill. What is that? Do you know?
Oh, like what they're talking about. Oh, that's just like a joke. I think that aliens made up or whatever.
Oh
Like
wow.
it's like a bit of a sarcastic comment.
Okay, because there's all sorts of things now.
Yeah,
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 blue pill, red pill, purple pill, black pill, white pill, rice
yeah.
pill. Have you heard of that one? Rice pill. Yeah, no,
Wait,
it's
what's it
famous.
called? Rice pill. What's the rice pill? I've never heard of
It's like it's
it.
what's it called? It's black pill,
Yeah.
but for Asians, like that they're unattractive to women or something. I don't know.
Okay, if just to clarify, black pill isn't that like is that like an extreme version of the red pill? Is that what black pill is?
No, I mean, okay, so if red pill's the hard truth, I'd say black pill's like the bad stuff, like for example, a black pill would be, oh, you're 25 and you're 5'1". The black pill's that you'll never get taller in your life, right? So because the red pill could be good, right? But the black pill's always, negative. And have you heard of the doomer
Okay,
meme? You know the doomer, the meme?
the
Yeah.
doomer. No,
Okay, well that would be a black pill.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
No.
it's a type of Wojak. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm confused with all these different pill terminologies here. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not going to medical school. If I want to learn about pills, I become a pharmacist.
Yeah.
Okay. To be honest with you, like I get red pill and blue purple pills. Like I think purple pill is a mixture between red, and blue, correct? That's what it is.
Yeah, like I've heard of purple pills, like you date women and you do the long-term stuff, but you're aware. But I mean, but not in the Christians. That's just secular too. I don't know. It's a mix.
Yeah, I know that the whole thing is a little bit confusing. You know, they like make look, but like MGTOW, it's a really great thing, but there are just some things in there that are a little bit like a little bit confusing for me. Like I don't get
Yeah.
certain aspects of it. You know, one of the things that I don't get is the whole appeal of like I don't know about you, but like the whole idea with sex dolls, I'm not against it, but I don't see. I'm not going crazy over it because to me,
Yeah, you
it's
know,
kind of
that's
like
creepy to me.
it's like a doll. You know what I mean? Like it's just like a doll. It kind of like it's good that you know that some guys like that. You know, I support that, but like not for me. For them, but not for me. You know what I mean? Like I don't really care about it because it's not a human. You know, like I crave more than just sticking my dick in something and busting and not like I care a whole lot more about that. You know, to me, it's
I
like a
think you have to
human
go clean and shit. Yeah, no, it's terrible.
yeah, yeah, that's stuff I don't get. You know what I mean? I don't really see like, hey guys, so and so made this new sex doll. Like, okay, great, like, cool, but I don't plan on buying one. Partially because I'm 15, but also because I legitimately do not really see the appeal of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, because there's an
Yeah,
like
man,
an
this really
existential type of like black pill thing where it's, oh, we're gonna try to replace women with artificial wombs and use sex dolls and all that. And I think that's kind of like hard to fathom, honestly. Like that is the black pill right there. Like, you know what? Like that's the real MGTOW.
yeah,
Just, you know what?
yeah.
Fuck
I
the
see.
other gender. Just, yeah, man becomes one with the AI.
Right, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, that's right. How do you feel about AI in our future? How do you feel about that? I'm curious to know since you like a little bit, since you enjoy a little bit of political stuff. How do you feel about AI and the future of it and how it will affect us?
Okay, so see the whole scared thing with Andrew Yang is that you lose millions of jobs or hundreds of thousands of them through automation. And I think the key point with that would be that you basically have to suffer the consequences of just picking the wrong job. I mean, okay, so the whole point of the $1,000 is to soften the blow of like a of industrialization and AI, right? But he's not going to stop the AI himself, right?
Yeah,
So
right,
I guess in the next couple decades, there's
right.
gonna be a ton of growing pains with people having to switch jobs and, having to suck it up really. So I think it's kind of a black pill there too. There's nothing you can really do about it. But the good thing,
Okay,
yeah, long term, when people
right.
start trucking and people can just do other jobs instead, that's gonna help a lot. Because if you think about it, like back then, you would have to still say, "Oh, well, who's gonna be? You're gonna lose all the horse jobs because the cars are here, right?" But then cars are a lot better now, and people switch jobs. So while it might be bad now, it'll be better. On.
Yep, that's true. Right, the jobs that because like people are concerned about job loss, and you know the jobs in the future we don't know what they are because they haven't been invented. You know, like jobs right now, like programmer. You know that wasn't even a thing like 100 years ago. I think right. I don't even think that was a job. You know, and
Mhm,
then people are worried about what happens if robots take over? What we do? Yeah, you'd be a pro. You know, the jobs that are in the future they don't even exist yet. They have to. You know, jobs get destroyed, new jobs come in. That's the general idea, I guess.
mhm. Okay, Prune Juice
Yeah,
Power says, "I've
basically.
learned to code, but how many coders in the world does the world have room for?" I mean, there's all sorts of different jobs, right? But yet the last thing you want to do is say, "Okay, we're gonna stop the economy where it is, and we're just gonna keep all the jobs we have now, and we're just gonna keep everything stagnant." That's the way you like
Yeah.
make the economy go really weak. So, I mean, it's too bad, honestly, for the truckers. It must really suck.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, what you're
Hmm.
saying though. Yeah. Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask me?
Uh, yeah. So wait, are you Asian or what? What's your ethnicity?
I think I'm from Bangladesh, and
Oh,
that is next. To, so I guess that makes me Asian. I'm not sure,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm from Bangladesh. I'll tell you that.
All right. Okay. What career do you want? Doctor, right?
Oh no! I said my dad's a doctor. I said my dad's a doctor.
Oh,
No, my
yeah,
career
okay.
path. I mean to be a commercial pilot, not necessarily an airline pilot, but a pilot of some sort. Just making a living off of flying, basically.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Technology and finance is all that matters. Okay. What
Yeah,
would be a good
that's pretty
question,
much it.
chat?
Do you have any? I'm sorry.
No, I'm wondering if the chat could conjure up a good question because I can't think of any right now.
Oh, you can't think of it? I mean, you
Yeah.
could like Google it if you need questions to ask someone while on a
All
live
right.
stream.
All
I
right.
don't
All right.
know.
Let me think. Um. Okay. Okay. Here. So, if you can't stop women from being thoughts and that and all that, do you think that women should have the right to have
Mhm.
abortions, or do you think it's up to the life of the baby itself?
So you're asking that. Okay, so you said that if we can stop women from being thoughts and all that type of stuff, should they be allowed to have an abortion? Is that correct?
Yeah, if you can't stop them from being thoughts legally, like because now you can ban abortions, right? Technically speaking. So would it be better if you ban it or
Okay.
if you let it happen?
Um, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I don't really have honestly the whole abortion thing. I don't really. I don't know, man. Like I don't really because like the whole thing about pro life is people who are against it. They mention the idea that it's alive. It's a person who is living, so
Mhm.
you shouldn't kill it. You know,
Mhm.
it, it can't say a one size fits all thing because every case is different. Now, would I ban abortion completely? No, because
Mhm.
rapes do happen and unwanted. Like if there's a rape and a woman gets pregnant, of course there should be an abortion. And then maybe there's a condition where the mother's health is put on like she may die if she has the baby. Those
Uh-huh.
conditions, I'm pretty sure I would be okay all times. But like if there's just a girl and a guy, they do it consensually, and she just the condom breaks or she's unprepared for it, like they don't wear a condom, and he busted inside of her. Then, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. Whatever, honestly, whatever is in the better interest of the kid is what I would answer with. So if it's better, but like if it's better to have an abortion, if it's better for the kid to not be born. In other words, is because let's say the parents can't support the kid. All right,
Mhm.
maybe it would be better to have one. Yes, I would allow it in that case. But if it's just like she's able to support the kid, but she doesn't want to own up to the to the possibility. Because like here's the thing: if I have consensual sex with a girl, I'm
Mhm.
accepting responsibility, even if the breaks. I'm the one responsible, and I'm by uh, wearing a condom, and by doing it, I'm taking that risk, and I have to pay the consequences if something goes wrong. So you can't just evade responsibility like that, and you know what I mean. But
Okay.
I don't know. It's a hard
So,
decision. To be honest with you, I'll be honest with you right now. My whole stance on abortion it's really changing right now. Like I don't know where I'm exactly standing. So
mm,
my answer would just be depends on the individual case. Generally, yeah, but
interesting.
I don't know. It depends on the.
Yeah, so Alien says for women, abortion's about not being controlled by men. See, that's really key to feminism, right? It's the whole illusion of it not being controlled by men, yet you're still taking government money, for a lot of women. So what I'd say is that, there's a whole like contrarian thing where you say, okay, fine, you can abort, but we'll sterilize you after, which is basically if you can't control your reproducing, your reproductive systems, and you can't control getting pregnant and you have to kill a baby, then you shouldn't be able to have babies in the first place, right? Like maybe that makes sense.
Mhm. Uh,
So they can't fuck it up again because even would anybody really want to marry a woman that had an abortion? Like that's a real red flag,
yeah,
right? Yeah. Maybe that's okay, so it's basically
that's a fair
get an
point.
abortion and lose your rights or not get one and you keep them. I think that's a good idea.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, man, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I need to honestly, even though I don't care much about issues going on in society, just being honest, I do not care that much if like who's president, who's not president, what happens or whatnot. But I still feel a little bit obligated to pay attention in developing stances of things like, say, the whole abortion issue. You know what I mean? Like, what stance should I form? So
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I should look into. I'm just being honest with you, dude. Like I don't know if I should worry about personal stuff or worry about abortion, abortion rights. I don't know. We'll see when the time
Yeah,
comes.
yeah. The last thing you wanna do is get in an argument with women about abortion. I did that once, and honestly, she said she was conservative, you can never trust a woman. She said she flipped me off because I said, even rapes and incest shouldn't count, and she's like, "Yo, fuck you, you can't tell me what to do with my body." I'm like, "Yeah, there's a kid in there too." She's like, "What if I get raped?" I'm like, Is there not still a baby in there?" You just can't argue with the woman. Honestly, they're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're winning an argument when they start getting,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the whole idea of attack. When you can't attack the message, attack the messenger.
Yeah, ad hominem said, yep, yep. Arguing with women is a waste of time. Yes, it is. Basically it's you argue with them and pretend you care, but in the back of your mind, you know it's bullshit, and they think you care at least. But if you just ignore them completely, then they'll just leave, which is maybe what you want. So pretend you care or just leave,
Yeah.
basically. So option number 2 is probably
Mhm.
better.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got what you mean. I got what you mean, bro. By the way, you have any more questions that you'd like to ask me or anything? Does anyone else in the live chat have any?
Yeah, they should ask.
Uh, yeah, if anyone else has any questions they'd like to ask me or Everardo, you can go ahead and ask them. You say you live in Arizona, correct?
Yep.
All right. So right now, what time? Is it 11 or 11:19 or 12:19?
It's 11:19.
It's
Let's talk
11:19.
about Instagram, he
Is it
said.
what is it? Pacific time there?
No,
Oh,
it's
it's, oh, you said let's talk about Instagram. Well, so there's not much to talk about from my aspect, but
yeah,
if you'd like to share some insight, you can.
you don't even look at it?
I have an account, but the only time I used it was to look up a certain post that was made by a certain guy that I frequently follow, or a couple people I follow for like fitness and YouTube. But I don't use it. Like the thing is, I have accounts for everything. I have Facebook, I have Instagram, I have Snapchat, all that stuff, but I don't use it.
For
Like
research
last
purposes,
time I
right?
checked, like months ago. Yeah, I don't. I have, but I don't use it. So I mean, like honestly, I'm very thankful that I don't use it because a lot of
Yeah.
people claim to that they used to use it a lot, then they stopped using it, and they say that it's not good for you. I can agree. Social media, it's just a whole fake. It's all fake. You know what I mean? All the stuff you see, it's all fake. All the posts that girls make, the lighting is all fake. Yeah, it's designed to produce a false. Even though the picture may not be fake itself, the person may not be fake. They can alter the lighting, they can alter the angle, and in fact, some
Yes.
do even make it fake. Check out
Yeah.
Instagram, like look at Instagram reality, and you'll see people photoshopping their bodies. You can tell they photoshopped it. And then, one of the things that I like about Instagram is like from the fitness aspect, there are guys who I don't know if you ever do like pay attention to like fitness stuff. And I'm not like a fitness freak, but I started paying attention more to that type of stuff because I wanted to get like more like in shape and all type of stuff. One of the
Mhm.
things that is strongly disliked whole fitness community, if you will, is that guys on Instagram, what they do is they juice up. That means they take anabolic steroids or some sort of something along the lines of that.
Mhm.
They get jacked, and what they do is they natural supplements. Like, hey guys, I naturally got jacked. Here's how you can do it. And then they sell these. They lie to people and sell these natural products when in reality they got their body shape from steroids and drugs. So that part I don't like because it's just straight up lying. So that part on Instagram I don't like. Honestly, I don't feel like I like anything about Instagram. And Instagram is owned by Facebook. And I don't trust Facebook. So if I don't trust Facebook, why would I trust Instagram? You know what I mean? And he like who asked that? It was Hustler Nature, right? Hustler Nature. Like Hustler Nature said in live chat, it's a hell of an ego booster for women. That's what guys do. Just like all social media. They post a picture, they flood them with compliments, with likes and everything. And it's just it's kind of at the end it doesn't even matter. How many likes you got or whatever it is on Instagram, how many followers you have. Those aren't even, you know what I mean? Those people probably don't even care about you. Like
Yeah.
it's just
I
all
mean,
fake. It's all. If,
yeah. With what do you call it? Yeah, Instagram for me, if there's, let's say, 2,000 girls in my high school, I can follow like 50 of them and they're really hot, and so I can just look at their stuff. And I think that with the Photoshop, I mean, I don't really see that in my school. Plus, I can see, okay, what is this on their Instagram? How do they look in the real life? And they look pretty similar to what they do. So I'm pretty lucky in that aspect. I think also that let me think.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So if you look at a woman's post and let's say they're like in a bikini or something, you see that almost all the comments are girls anyways. So it's a circle jerk, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like a barometer of how much clout you have as a woman. So when the guy says, I think Alien said
Yeah.
that Instagram is woman country, or whoever said it, yeah, you're mostly right. But I mean, there's
That
still,
was Prunty's power.
yeah, yeah. It's like high school. There's a whole social dynamic there. But in terms of just seeing hot girls, I think it's pretty easy for
Yeah.
me to
And I
follow.
was talking. Yeah, no, when I was talking about people using Photoshop and Instagram, I meant like models on Photoshop. I'm sorry, not
Oh,
models on
okay.
Instagram who use Photoshop. Like they're like, hey,
Mhm.
picture, and then they model their appearance to sell a product. That's what I was getting at. Not like everyday people. Some people might do that, but I'm talking about like models on there. Yeah,
Yeah,
not everyday.
most of the Instagram stuff is rough, is vaguely accurate, I guess. There's this one guy who pretended the entire, high school, since freshman year that he was a British guy. So he has 6 different accounts on Instagram. He follows himself on all of them, and then he like we got on Instagram lives where everybody exposes him in the high school. So I think it's even more evident. And basically what this guy did was he sent DMs trying to fuck these girls, like 8 of them, or like all of them, right? So if you have a
Yeah.
sister, he's texting her. So he's one of those type of guys, and he basically got away with this whole personality. He tried to do that. He had multiple Instagram accounts. He just tried to DM women, asking them for whatever, nudes and stuff, and he'd delete messages and doing all sorts of shady shit. And what the women do is that they all conspire with each other and they say, "Oh, so did you get the text from so and so? Oh yeah, I got this one. I got this one. I got this one." And they all just like a fucking web. They just know everything together, and they all expose him. And now he's like in the
Really?
gutters of a society. Yeah, yeah. You can't text the
Oh,
same girl
okay.
twice in high school because they're friends with each other. They know who they're doing. You know. The fucking girl code.
That is true. That
They're
is
like the CIA. They have a whole dossier. They have it. Yeah, this guy sent a dick
you're, you know,
pic.
you're
Yeah, guy
probably
sent a
right.
dick pic to 6 different girls, and they were all friends. They all just found out. They're like, "Oh, did you get this dick pic?" "Yeah, we did." "Oh, okay. There you go." And the guy lost a ton of clout.
Really? All right,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
very fun.
Uh, yeah, very very fun indeed.
Yeah, as long as I'm
You
not
know,
in
I
it.
have a friend of mine. Yeah,
Mhm,
right. I got this mine, and he's an alright guy. He's a really good guy, but he has a he doesn't have. Let's just. I'm not trying to be mean, but like let's just be straight up honest here. Just being straight. He doesn't have like he's visibly you can tell he doesn't have much muscle kind of like he has a very high metabolism rate, so he's kind of skinny,
uh-huh,
and unfortunately people make fun of him for that. But he from his heart, he's a really good guy. He really is. So
uh-huh,
he was telling me like basically he tells me about all the stuff that girls that he does with girls, and basically you know, it's just kind of sad when I think about how they treat him, because like, even though he's not like boyfriend type material in a physical aspect, he still has a good heart. You know what I mean? He still has a personality that's pretty respectable, and then girls just treat him. They just do it. Like sometimes girls will talk to you or they'll talk to someone just for fun. Just for
mhm,
fun, just to feed your attention, just to feed your ego. That's how they
yeah,
kind of treat him. Like, oh, so and so messaged me on Instagram or something like that. Now, I will have to say though, some of it is his fault. Okay, and like he told me this, and we all cringed. All my friends cringed at it. He cringed at it after we kind of realized it, and then I made him promise to me that he would never do it again. Okay, basically there was this one girl that would like that how is it? She wouldn't date him, but she would like kind of lead. basically like she did do little things like saying hi to him in the hallway, maybe making a big deal out of hugging him. Basically, like one time he like hugged another girl because there are girls who legitimately appreciate him and they're not dating, but they still appreciate him. They give him hugs. I do respect that. But then this girl, she like starting arguments with him, like, why did you hug this girl? I thought we were, you know what I mean? She's starting stuff like
Of
that.
course they
And
do
then,
that. Wow.
basically, yeah. I just like want to tell him, dude, look, let me tell you just straight up, don't deal with that type of stuff. You like just no. And then she's like stuff up like that, and then she's messaging him on Instagram and says stuff like, "Hey, anyways, that thing that he cringed about and I made him promise to never do again." He went on that girl's profile or on a post she made, and this is the girl who made a big deal about him hugging other girls. He went on to her post and just commented, "Oh my God, you're so fucking beautiful," something like that. And I'm like, "Oh, dude, why would you do that?" And I never cringed so hard. There are very few moments in my life where I ever cringed that hard. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, but I can't hide it. That's just no. You like no. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I'm not that. I mean, like that thing right there.
Yep.
I don't know how you do that. I'm just saying.
They
Like
all
you
know each other.
commented.
Yes. They might as well have their own Reddit page, like of
Yeah.
just thoughts talking together. Yep. I don't know how you could deal with that, honestly.
I don't know. Do they even use Reddit? Because the thing is that like Reddit, like what the memes on Reddit then go to Instagram. So I don't even
They
know if they
haven't.
would be
Yeah.
intellectual enough.
No, they wouldn't have an idea. They don't even know.
Yeah. Really.
They barely know it
Yeah.
exists. Probably. Yeah.
They probably don't.
Honestly.
Yeah. All they ever do is use
Yeah.
Instagram thing and all that
Yeah.
type of stuff.
Plus the girls. The feminine girls,
Mhm.
they say they hate their friends and they talk to their friends and then they talk to their friends about you, then they talk to you about their friends. So then you don't know what to trust.
Yeah.
And then if they're really, and then the tomboys, if they're around a lot of men, there's a good chance they're all just like chaining on her.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? She's just the groupie.
Yeah.
Big deal. Yep.
Yep. Prudence Power says that Reddit is 4chan for normies.
Yeah.
Probably is. There's some pretty interesting
I've never heard
things
of
going on with.
I've never heard a girl my age mention Reddit in my life, so that's yeah. Everything you say to a woman
The
is no
only girl
secret
that
anymore.
the only girl that I've heard mention Reddit in my life is one of the girls who hangs out with one of my friends. They're like dating and something like that. So and she has like a sort of like a similar personality. Like their personalities align, so I'm not surprised honestly. Like they're in like the same type of video games, same types of memes, and that type of stuff. I'm not surprised. But
Okay.
other than her, I've never seen another person mention Reddit. Like not a single person, like you said.
Uh-huh. Very weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
As long as
Yeah,
you
that is weird. It is weird.
I don't
And do you Snapchat ever? Curious
uh
to know.
yeah, I do. I mean that type of thing.
What's Snapchat like? Because I'm kind of like I know that other. It's a whole
Uh
different experience. Okay.
yeah.
And that.
Snapchat yeah, I've seen okay. So with the Snapchat thing, I try not to use that a lot. I mean, I look at it for, see what the thoughts are doing. Because there's, because as long as as long as they don't know that I'm giving them validation, it doesn't really count. So I'd say that, I look at them and then I'll text my friends and stuff. And the cool thing about Snapchat is that the messages disappear. So back then in middle school, I used to troll the thoughts and I'd like text them over and over and I'd get them to like me, but then I just leave them hanging. I don't know why. I just thought it was fun,
Mhm.
when I was 13. So I'd do that. I was really good at texting girls. Yeah, and in terms of like nudes and stuff, I mean, I haven't gotten full on nudes before, but a little bit. But yeah, that was in middle school.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I look back,
I got you.
if a girl was willing to give me kind of nudes, I mean, God knows how many guys she was talking to at the same time. So I don't regret not pursuing.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying though. Yeah, it's all right. It's not good. Things all right. I'll see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Do you have
Instagram's
anything
better.
planned for like any I'm sorry?
I'd say that Instagram's still better
Yeah.
than Snapchat, though.
Oh, it is. Okay. Well,
Oh, oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
I've never driven, so I
There's one
can't say
clutch.
that. I can't.
Yeah, there's only one clutch thing too. It's that Snapchat has the map function where, like, a lot of your friends, you'll see where they are. So I think it's pretty like
Yeah.
nifty. Yeah, you can look at where they are. Thought that was kind of cool.
Mhm. That's
Hmm.
kind of cool. That can be kind of cool. Yeah. I just hope that no, like that thing. I don't know. All I hope is that if I were to use Snapchat, I'd be worried about like how does that thing work? Do you like turn your location sharing thing on and off the mapping thing? Do you turn it on and off?
Yeah,
How
you
does that
could.
work?
So like for example, I'll have myself off of the map, but there'll be like dozens of other people that are on it. You know. So not everybody has to be on it if they don't want to,
Oh,
but you can look at everybody else without being on it yourself.
okay. That makes more sense. Because I'm afraid that if I were to use that, I would probably like do something dumb and like give away my location 24/7. Okay, okay, I see what you mean. That makes
Yeah.
more sense. That makes more sense. But I've never used it too. Have you ever like so? How often do you like check Snapchat and Instagram? Do you like check it 24/7 or how does that work out?
Do I check it 24/7? No, what I tend to do with the Instagram and the Snapchat is that I look at it like before I sleep so I can see everything that happened that day and I can just kind of more or less look at it. And that's it. I'll look at it for
Okay.
like 10 minutes a day and then yeah, and then I'm off. And then with Facebook, I don't even touch it. Like
Mm.
it's so boomer right now. That's where the 35-year-olds have
Yeah.
fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, it's kind of surprising, but I use Facebook the most because I don't use it that much, but I still use it the most. The only reason I use it the most is because, like, maybe every say couple of months, maybe a few times every couple of months, I log in just to
Mhm.
see my old because I used to live in the Panhandle of Florida. I used to live in the Panhandle of Florida. Now I live like in the Central Florida area, somewhere around there, and my old friends that I used to have there. I like to just see what they're up to, from element. Like I moved between fifth and sixth grade, so they probably don't even remember me. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
they probably don't even remember me anymore. You aren't even, but I still like to see what's going on in the city I used to live in because I just want to see what's going on. See how my friends have changed, and that's it. That's
Yeah.
all I ever use it for. I don't use it for. I don't post anything. And in fact, when I did used to use it, which was back when I was in what was it? When I was in fifth grade, the only reason I used it was to stay in touch with them, and all I ever posted was like memes. You know what I mean? That kind of, I guess that's what like fostered my love for memes right now. Because all I ever
Mhm.
posted about, like I started the page and on posting and sharing them, and that was it. There was no personal stuff like, oh my god. There wasn't really that much personal stuff like, oh my god, so and so did this, or I have this going on in my life right now. I never really did
Yeah,
any of
that's
that
too
stuff.
time
Just
consuming for me,
posting.
honestly. That's like the
Yeah,
on the porch
yeah.
single mother, you're bored, single moms don't play video games. There you go on their Facebook, I guess.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what
It,
you're
it's
saying.
it's it's like
Yeah,
Instagram
yeah,
with the
I
whole
get
like
what you
hierarchy. Yeah.
mean. Yeah, basically. That's what it's
Yeah,
basically like.
Prune
And
Juice Power said
I know this may
that.
be. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Prune Juice Power says that Snapchat is great for stalkers and pedos. I'd say that yeah, have you seen the channel Anxiety War?
I'm sorry. I don't think I have. No, I have not.
Anxiety War is this guy who tracks pedos, like pedophiles, and he does it through like To Catch a Predator, that show. It's basically like that, and you go through that, and they use Snapchat and this other app, Kick, and yeah, so the pedos destroy the evidence of texting the minors through like the evaporating messages. So I guess that's what he's mentioning. Pretty fucked up.
Yeah, okay. It's kind of creepy and kind of weird though. But all right, I get
Yeah.
what you mean. I get what you mean. This is a little bit of like weird question, but I'm curious to know if it's like common or not common.
among other guys. Have you ever? I know this is weird, and I know this is random, but this one. I was curious to ask. Since we have the anonymity of the internet, it is not going to be as weird as asking someone in my school. Have you ever been like, I don't know, like say like slap, not slap, but like have you ever been like touched inappropriately by like a girl? Has that ever happened to you? Like, have you
Uh,
ever like touched you inappropriately or kind of?
oh yeah, I mean in middle school, like this girl tried to fuck with me, so she started stabbing me with a pen. Like she started like writing on on my thigh like really hard with the pen. I told my female teacher, "Hey, so and so scratching me with a pen," and she's like, stop it." And then that's it, or so and so shut up, and that's it. And so I got my fucking pants ruined that one time, and then um, I don't, women don't really hit me or anything. So there's a sort of like in high school, there's a sort of like, okay, you can, pat each other on the back. You can like touch a little bit, but that's not a major deal for me.
Okay, yeah. The reason I was asking that though is because like when I was in, I'm not traumatized by it, but I'm just like thinking of how it's kind of like a double standard type of situation. Because
Sure.
when I was in eighth grade, I was I was at a lunch table and I was talking. I was reaching over, sort of, just talking to one of my friends really quickly before I went to my table because I just got my food, right? So I was kind of like leaning over a little bit. And then there's like this group of girls at the side of the table, and they were just kind of loud. They weren't hot per se, but they weren't like bad. They were just
Uh,
mediocre. You know what I
back,
mean?
yes.
And their looks don't, regardless of their heart, doesn't allow for bad behavior or anything that's like inappropriate. That doesn't excuse it at all. Anyways, I was like, and then this one girl was trying to get my attention. I obviously didn't care about it, so I just kept on ignoring her. And like, if you want to get my attention and you touch me, that's fine. Tap me on the shoulder, touch me anywhere except for my crotch and my butt. And of course, obviously to her, the most effective way to get my attention was to just like reach on over and slap me in the butt. I'm not traumatized by it, but obviously, no one cared, no one batted an eye because it's a guy. But
Yeah.
if we did it to a girl, I did that to a girl, he'd be done for pretty much.
Yeah.
I just was
Most of the
thinking
time I
about
get.
that.
Yeah. In eighth grade for me, we had a thing called
Yeah, and
seventh grade and eighth grade. We had something called Ass Slap Friday. And that would be where both genders could slap each other in the ass as long as we can, like during lunch. So, you could go up to like the hottest girl and just give her a nice slap, bro. No, it was lit. Oh my God. Yeah, no, because we were all friends back
really,
then. Yeah, yeah. Because I was in the indie group in middle school, I'm still in high school, but it's a lot bigger then. But for middle school, it was like a core, like let's say 50 of us, and free game for all those, honestly. And for me, yeah, no, girls could slap my ass. I mean, it's cool, especially since the sooner you break the barrier, the less shit you can get into with the girls. So, for example, in middle school, a girl said, "Oh, can I just like sit on your lap?" So she just sat on my lap, and she had a boyfriend too. So I don't. I mean, for me, my experience, people are a lot more lenient here. Oh,
mhm.
yeah, and especially
I get what you're saying there.
yeah, yeah. So I understand there's a double standard for women against men, but also there's some men that get exemptions. Like if you're like retarded, you can do whatever you want. So for example, there's this autistic guy we used to play basketball with him sort of, and he'd like instead of like um hitting the ball out of your hand, he'd punch you in the arm to let go of the ball. Or um this other guy, he's like, but I don't know, like he's kind of like missing a couple screws. So he goes up like to this girl. He starts like trying to like to grab her and shit like that, and he gets away with it because he's retarded. So barely then maybe.
Mhm. Okay, okay. Yeah, you're right with that aspect though. That's
Hmm.
another kind of thing to be getting away with.
Because men
And that whole
are young ones.
right. Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. I get what you're saying. By the way, do you have any? Curious to know. So your classes are like out basically, right? Like you don't have any more school until
Yeah,
like
my
next
school
year,
ended
right?
last week.
Was it on the 24th?
22nd.
22nd. For us, it was the 24th.
Oh, okay. She cut off for like 5 seconds. That's why.
Plan location.
Yeah, wait, Academy. Yeah, you cut out for 5 seconds. What were you saying?
Okay. So hopefully I won't get cut off this time. Do you have any like issues to go to?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to Mexico. So if I really wanted to, I could get game there, but I don't really want to try, honestly. And yeah, Mexico, Texas, stuff like that. I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Are you gonna fly there or drive?
No, I drive there, so we can maneuver in this town because I'm gonna stay there for like a couple weeks. And
Okay.
wait,
All right.
where were you going? Like the Middle East or something? I jumped in midstream.
No, I'm going to Bangladesh. I'll be on a layover. I'll have a layover in Dubai, but
Wow.
we're going to stay in Bangladesh. Okay, that's the capital of Bangladesh.
Dhaka, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like a really, it's like I think it's like one of the most densely populated areas in the entire world. In fact,
Mhm.
so when they're like Dhaka's all right. It's a good place, but also it's nice to go out into the country area and to see all the rural stuff there. It's not every day you can like just casually go out into the road and just pick up a baby goat if you want to, because you can do that in Bangladesh, but not in America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's like those little unique things that are just quirky things you just like. I would not live in Bangladesh, but I definitely think it's like a unique place to go to for vacation. So
Mhm.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Where are you staying in a specific city when you go out to
Yeah.
Texas, when you go to Mexico?
Yeah, sure. So I go to El Paso, for example, in Texas, and I go to the state of Sinaloa, Mexico. It's basically like the cartel place. Yeah, the Sinaloa
Okay.
cartel, El
All
Chapo.
right, all right.
Yeah, hell
I
yeah.
see.
Oh yeah, it's fun. Yeah. No, yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds
Odds
fun.
of
It
you getting
sounds fun.
robbed is like 20%, so it's really high. Very serious.
Okay. Have you
Yeah.
ever like been robbed before?
No, but pretty much all my
Okay. So like,
family's been robbed.
what happened?
Just hasn't happened to me yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's
Oh, it
the,
hasn't happened to you yet. Okay. Okay.
yeah, there's all sorts of stuff though that happens. Like you could bribe a cop to do anything too. It's really weird.
Yeah. It's just like that in Bangladesh. Like we were at like a marketplace, and there those. Do you know what like a rickshaw is? Have you ever heard of that before?
No.
Okay, basically, I explained it once before, and I was trying to. It was a failed attempt to show my camera, but my camera wouldn't turn on. So basically, a rickshaw is like a bicycle, but everything behind the bicycle seat is like chopped off except for the chain. And there's like the chain connects to another axle, and then instead of having one wheel, it's two wheels. Like it's like a big tricycle, but
Mhm.
without the bucket thingy in the back, it has like a cover thing. So it's like a little taxi sort of, but it's bicycle powered, human powered. So
Mhm.
with those rickshaw things, right? We were saying for like I was standing at a market waiting to like check out or something like that, and basically like the rickshaws they have like their waiting times, and then this police officer he's telling this guy to go, and it's just like nah, dude, like he just paid some the currency there in Bangladesh is called taka, so he pays him some taka, and he just all right, you can stay here, you know what I mean? Like if you just pay the cop some money, you can probably get away with anything. So it's just like
Yeah.
that in Bangladesh. The military, they're not corrupt like the.
Mhm. It's because their wages are really low. I think like the minimum wage in Mexico is what, like $8 a day, right? So I think, that's probably why they're so corrupt.
Uh, you know what the Achilles tendon is?
But what? I didn't hear you there.
Do you know what the Achilles tendon is in like your leg and your ankle?
The art. No, I didn't hear you then. So what in my ankle?
It's the Achilles tendon. It's like a tendon that's like in the back of your ankle. Do you know what that is?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. So there's another form of transportation. It's called a CNG. It's like this little. It's like a motorcycle. It's the same thing as a rickshaw. It's like a motorcycle, but without the back of the motorcycle. It's just like a caged seat area. Look it up online if you have time to. And
Okay.
in the CNG, the door is like literally like this, like the type of thing. You close it, but there's a little opening at the bottom. And what bad guys will, like criminals and whatever, what they'll do basically is that they'll like take like a knife, and when you're sitting down, your ankle is like right there. If you're at the door, they take like a knife and they just like slice your Achilles tendon. And if you don't have that, you can't walk. So basically, one leg you can't walk on one leg. You know,
And they
and
rob
they
you.
they don't sometimes they don't even take anything.
Wow.
They just like straight up cut your Achilles tendon, no reason,
Wow.
because Bangladesh, that's why. So
Yeah.
that too is interesting. But I'll be honest with you, I feel a little bit more safer because one of my uncles, my family has like a big military connection in Bangladesh, and one of my uncles, he's in the police force. So every time we go there, there's like a 2 to 3 hour queue. And I actually said it before. I think you just weren't there, but basically, when we go there, instead of having to go through immigration, which is like 2 to 3 hours, immigration lines at airports are like, especially in Bangladesh, where they're like kind of slow, because they use
Mhm.
like older low tech equipment. Instead of just going there, he's like a high ranking official. He's like, I'd say top 10, maybe even top five of the highest ranking officials in the entire police force in the country. So basically, every time we go there now, and it's him standing there with two personal, officers to assist him. We just bypass it, like we just like bypass all these people. That's like 2 or 3 hours away. We just like walk past them, and then we go to immigration. My uncle gets one of his assistants to like stamp the papers for us. We get in his own personal car. Last time it was like a black sedan, so that looks even more cooler. This time it's a big black SUV, so I guess that's even cooler. And then he brings like the latest equipment. Last time they brought like a brand new shiny Mitsubishi police car. And that's pretty advanced for Bangladesh. All the cars are like old, they're scratched up,
Mhm.
lots of parts of it. And that was like a brand new truck and everything, right? So we just get an escort to his house. I mean, it's pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that part. So I feel a little bit more safer with him around. I will have to admit. You know what I mean? But we also usually my mom just do now is like we just go to like a shop or whatever, and we get a BB gun or a pistol, and then we just carry it around. Like if it's a rural area, I have it openly shown. If it's a public area, I have it concealed. But like if someone were to rob us, get it out and try to maybe like I would have shoot them obviously because it's like a BB gun and it's not gonna
Yeah.
do anything. But if they say that, they might think otherwise. You know what I mean? Like if you watch like concealed carry videos, of people pulling out their concealed carry weapon to defend themselves. As soon as they pull out their weapon, the bad guy most likely is going to run. You know what I mean? So it's like just seeing the gun that can kind of protect yourself. So I don't know. Bangladesh is an interesting adventure. It's a little bit life threatening to a certain extent, but it's also pretty fun. You know what I mean? It's pretty neat.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
Yeah, and I also like the airplane ride too. I like no matter where I go, I just like as long as I'm on an airplane, I'm happy. I pay like an extra $90 to reserve window seats.
Yeah, like a 12-hour like drive
I'm
is
sorry.
like an hour and a half in a plane. So yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is. Well, we're gonna have to complain because you can't just you can't exactly drive from somewhere in Central Florida to Dubai. You know what I mean? Because that's where we're flying in Emirates, so it's a 14-hour flight. So that's gonna
Wow.
be like if we were to drive, that'd be days long. And then from Dubai to Dhaka, dude, like we'd have to cut across a couple of countries. Like we would have to cut across India and then enter Bangladesh. That would be like an interesting process as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. definitely would be. It really would be. Oh yeah, man. But I think it's I don't know about what time it is for you, dude, but right now it's like almost 3 in the morning for me here. I think that
Jesus,
would make it
really?
almost 1 in the morning for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for me it's 2.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. But hey, listen, it was a real having you on. I enjoyed talking and all that type of stuff. If you ever want to come on, you have my contact now on Google Hangouts, so you can always just
Okay.
and you know my email, you know my Twitter, so you can always like shoot me a message, say, hey, let's go do a stream, and we can get back together and just talk about whatever. Like no problem,
All right.
dude. Let me know. All right. But
Thank you.
hey, listen, it's a pleasure talking to you, Everardo. I do appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you.
It's a pleasure talking to you. But I gotta head to bed now because I got some other. So hey, I hope you do well in life, and look forward to hearing from you. All right.
All right. Thanks.
Sure, no problem. Have a good night. All right. Let's see if I can take care of. Let me see if I can exit out of this thing real quick. And I'll wait for Everardo to go. Okay. And I think Everardo is out of the chat. All right, that's right. So that's it, guys. It's been it went on longer than I actually thought. I didn't expect to go on this long. I was about to shut it down actually until Everardo came in. So thanks for keeping tonight's kickoff, my school's out summer kickoff special going on a bit longer. I appreciate that, Everardo. Yeah, I get vaccination. Anyways, guys, it's been a good chat tonight. Talk about lots and lots of topics. Lots of new things coming up. I'm going to be uploading my new mini series. It's going to be about maybe 5 or 6 episodes on how I produce MGTOW Academy content. It's like a little bit of a thank you gift for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. It's a small milestone. I'm not sure if you guys care about it, but thank you. I do appreciate it nonetheless. MGTOW Stories episode 11 will be coming out after that. Then I might work on the MGTOW Academy show episode if I have time. Then after that, I'll be off to Bangladesh. And that I'll update you guys with periodic videos, but most of it will be on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is at all caps MGTOW followed by Academy. The first day Academy is capitalized. If you want to contact me to talk, send me a story, something to cover, shoot me an email to mgtowacademy.media@gmail.com, and I will get back to you as I always will. Also, you can see me a DM on Twitter in case you forgot. All right, guys. So listen, that'll be a wrap. Right now, for me, I'm not sure what time it is for you guys that are watching this right now, but for me, it's Sunday. So I don't got school, so I don't care. I can stay as long as I want. I might go edit some stuff from MGTOW Academy and head a bit later on. Anyways, guys, it's been a pleasure. And as I proved in today's live show, remember that it's a very dangerous world out there, so be sure to keep taking your daily doses of red pills and stay safe. Everybody, this is MGTOW Academy signing off. Have a good night.